and I understand he was the senior officer,
All
and
right.
he had junior officers around him. But
Mm-hmm.
to sit there and do that, to a man that's defenseless and was already in handcuffs,
Right.
it showed poor behavior and psychotic behavior by a seasoned officer. And
Exactly.
you got guys that want to get on the force, they want the pension, they want the stability, but they don't have any how can I say this? They don't have the know-how as far as how to handle people, especially people that look like us. And obviously,
Right.
we're not the best and brightest, and I'm not. That's not putting us down, but obviously, it's because of our background and our environment. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a stable environment, but
Mm-hmm.
you got guys like that, like George Floyd. He's not growing up in the best environment. He's has a criminal record, so you have to be able to go easy with a guy like that. Just as long as you have backup, But for him to put his knee on his neck for about 7 to 8 minutes and really torture him because you're cutting off circulation. It's almost like a blood choke, what they call
Right.
in jujitsu. It's
Yep.
a little bit unnecessary. So the precautions that they're taking now, I understand it. And that goes for any and every officer. But they do need African American officers like myself
Mm-hmm.
who can work in communities like that. Because if you have a white guy, and there's no disrespect to no white guys out there
Right. Yeah, I was
going
gonna
into an
ask
environment,
you.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Like, what was your reasoning for wanting to join? And you just put it together right there because a lot of young black guys always say that that there's not enough of us in the neighborhood to
Yeah,
to police the neighborhoods, and it's like you can't really relate to these guys, so you're gonna automatically be going in looking down on them. So
yeah,
I think that is
yeah,
a good reason.
yeah. Because you don't look like them. And you don't have a lot of interactions, and majority of them they don't have friends to claim unless they play a sport, and that's basically it. And obviously not everybody plays sports, so they're not going to have that opportunity. So if you're talking about Billy from Wisconsin, he has no business coming down to South Florida, New York, Texas,
No,
anywhere that's in a black community and police him because he's gonna be afraid. He's probably never been in a physical altercation. He probably doesn't
right.
understand African American lingo. He probably doesn't
Yep.
understand he doesn't understand the behavior. All he goes off is what he sees on TV or music videos, and that's a negative perception of how we're portrayed. It's unfortunate, but as this guy that Charlemagne the God from 103.5 The Beat,
Right.
he says that we're all not a monolith, and he's absolutely right because my upbringing is different from your upbringing, and your upbringing is different from mine. Even though
Right.
we're both from the South. I'm just from Miami, where it's a little bit crazy, but we're both still
Right.
from the South. But your upbringing up in Georgia is a little bit different from mine. For me, growing up in the suburbs of Pembroke Pines, you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
I grew up around mainly whites, Hispanics, and Koreans and Indians.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I grew up around. But
Gotcha.
do I have experience being around African Americans? Yes, I also have experience being around actual Africans because I've traveled to Nigeria with my parents. I plan on
Right.
going back. I plan on going back probably like next year because I'm older now and I have to see my family.
Yep.
So
Would you say
it,
it's more diverse over there though? Like it's more inclusive based
where
on your experience, like where you grew up?
yeah. It is because you're not going to find one subset of group of people. You will find a lot of older white Americans because they retired probably from New York. But yeah, I would say it's a little bit more diverse because I didn't have the opportunity of growing up in an all black neighborhood. I have that now, but I'm an adult, so obviously I work and I'm busy, So I didn't have that opportunity to grow up at like 8, 9, 10, 11, and teenage years around just mainly African Americans. Did I hang out with them? Yeah, of course. But like growing up in the house, them coming over, no. Usually it was only a couple of friends that came over, and my dad's like, no, don't let them over. They don't behave. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's a
usually
question.
that's
Like, if you have a
yeah.
kid, would you want your kid to grow up in like an all black or like major black community or more like a diverse environment?
I would say a diverse community because if you're around a diverse community, it helps because you don't have the ignorance. Because I go to
Right.
the gym, it's a predominantly black gym. It's 24-hour fitness.
Mhm.
It's in Miami. It's a mainly black and a little bit of Hispanic because they're gentrifying the neighborhood. It used to be Carroll City, which is like a black neighborhood. Now it's Miami
Yep.
Gardens, where the Hard
Right.
Rock Stadium is, where the Dolphins play. And I see a lot of them moving in because a lot of them go to the gym. So, but mainly it's a black community. I don't have an issue with that because there is a brotherhood, especially when you see your fellow black man. But at the
Mhm.
same time, you do need that diversity because you need to be around different people and you can learn from them. I mean, look at
Right.
yourself.
agree.
I don't think Micah would have ever been interested in a lady like you had he not had that experience. Because it's not,
yeah, that's real.
But like
it's
all
not,
his friends are so
it's the
like
truth.
similar to him. Like
it's the truth.
they have that
It's the truth.
caveman mentality. But I do think the fact that you grew up in the kind of like whitish private school-ish, like when you were younger, it probably helped.
I was actually all African American up until
Really?
like 14, to be honest. It was just my mom just sent me to schools that were better because she was not that.
God.
Yeah, she was serious about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. And
it's racism.
Yeah, of course, and that's the thing. So yeah, to your point, Angie, I would prefer a diverse area, and I think that's something that we need. Now, do I want to be around a whole bunch of white people? No, they can be socially awkward. It's the truth, especially the older ones. It's the truth because they have this perception, especially when they see me working out. They have this perception like, oh man, you're an athlete and all this stuff. Okay, yeah, but I'm more than I can do different things, And then when I start talking to them, they see, oh, you're very articulate, you speak well, you read. I say, yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you don't think I can read? Come on, man. What do you think? I'm growing up in the woods somewhere?
I can't tell you the patience that I have is like this then because we have to constantly go over every hurdle to prove ourselves because of the way how we're portrayed. That's why I don't mind being a diverse community. But yeah, do I want my kids to be around people that look like me? Yeah, of course. I want them to go back to Africa, to Nigeria, to actually see where they're from, to actually have an idea. And I encourage anybody in our community, even outside of our community, to go and travel, to go over there and actually see what it's like. Because the way how America portrays it is not in the best of light. Same thing in China, same thing in London, same thing in the Middle East. They do a piss poor job as far as promoting those countries. But of course, they say, come to America, come to America. I understand it's a numbers game. They want as many Americans as possible because that increases the labor, because who's going to do the shitty jobs. The foreigners who don't speak English well. It's the truth. When they first come over here, my dad had to do shitty jobs, and he had to work his way up, But now he has his own business. He's retired now. He does what he wants,
Right.
So yeah, that's just what it is. So,
all right, man. So we got a super chat, man. We have a question for you, man. Shout out to Low Life, man, with the $4.99 super chat, man. He says, do you feel pressure to live up to the standards of the law enforcement in Black communities?
No, I don't feel the pressure because, my life is pretty much boring. I mean, me and Micah have similar lifestyles. We get up, we train, we eat right. We don't party. We don't do stupid shit. We don't have a gang of women around us. We're not high value men. So
right.
I'm gonna set the new trend. We're the everyday man. So no, I don't feel the pressure. I just think it's a part of the job, and it's you gotta live by a code, and you just can't be out here looking stupid, doing stupid shit. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party. What else? I mean, I'm not into anything crazy, so I don't feel any pressure. If anything, I feel like it's an opportunity for me to be able to put myself out there, and not be a tool, but to be my own man. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm not gonna try and start a movement, but I'm gonna try and live the right way. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really it. So shout out to the super chat over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was about this? I was about to ask you something about law enforcement. Man.
Yeah.
You have a question?
I have a question.
Okay.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Since you guys are so disciplined, I'm just curious. Do you think it's because you guys were like athletes? That's why you guys are just like built that way? Because to so many people, it's really hard to just like, even for me, I'm like drinking right now. Like I can't. Like Micah's always like, but like yeah, I just can't. I love my wine. So how are you guys so like disciplined? That's my question.
I would say we're disciplined because we're competitive and we know what it's like to be in that high state of mind of where we're super focused and we want to be the best. Because obviously we've competed. I competed a little bit as an amateur boxer in college, so being on your game, having the coach yell at you, scream at you, saying you got to do this right, you got to do that right, it sticks in your brain, and you're doing something that a lot of people don't want to do. And I think for a lot of us, yes, we all want to be together, but we all want to be our own individuals and say, I'm the best at this, she's the best at that. So when it comes to the discipline aspect, I think it's just about being competitive and having what's going on, Hubert. I think it's about having the competitive advantage, because when you have that competitive advantage, you feel like nobody can beat you. I mean, Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson used to say, I hate doing this shit, but I do it like I love it. Like I hate fucking running. Excuse my words. I hate running sometimes, especially when I'm out there on the road by myself. It's just me and my music. I don't want to push myself to do an extra mile, but I'm going to do it anyway because I know the competitive advantage, because I'm not trying to be the average man. I'm trying to push myself above so I can be a leading example to the younger children that are following behind me. Because believe it or not, I got kids around me. I got kids around in my family, and they all watch me. So if I set a good example where I raise the standard, they're going to want to do the same thing. And that's really what it's about.
Right. Yeah. You never know who's watching. That's really real. And I told you what my background is as far as not doing any drugs or anything like that. Like it's partly what he says, being streamlined and laser focused, but at the same time, like we grew up around that African American community, and my mom, we used to pass by the J every day on the way to work, and she would be like, "Don't ever be like him, or you'll end up being homeless." And
they'll scare the African American community. They'll scare the shit out of you. They'll be like, "Oh, if you don't do this, you're gonna be broke, and nobody's gonna mess with you." I was fortunate. Exactly. This apartment you see behind me, I was fortunate to get it from my mother, and she moved to Texas. So yeah, I'm the sole owner, but I had to do a lot of things right in order to be able to take it over. I had to pay the rest of it out. It was a nice chunk of change, but I'm the sole owner. If I didn't have discipline, if I had a whole bunch of kids running around, my mom wouldn't have gave it to me. She would have just sold it off, and I still would have been stuck somewhere, either in my parents' house or renting $1,500, $1,600. I'm fortunate to say at 31 years old, I've never paid rent. But it's only because I was disciplined, and it was only because of the resources I had around me. So I attribute that also to my discipline as well. I mean, I still get up and work like any other person. So I don't allow myself to stray down this path like, oh, it's my life, YOLO, you only live once, so I'm gonna have fun. I'll have fun later.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
What's going on, Hugh, man? You got something to add to that, man?
Man. So I'm just not getting in. Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us? You can hear us?
Mm-hmm. Are y'all good?
All right, cool.
All right, this is about modern dating and stuff like that.
We're talking about a little plethora of topics, man. Like we just talked about him wanting to join law enforcement, and we're going to get into some modern dating. If you've got anything to go ahead and segue us into the modern dating, go ahead and do that right now, or we can start talking about Jada Pinkett and all them. We're just getting to it, having fun, man. Shout out to Insurance Agent for the $5 super sticker as well.
Okay. Yeah, those are good topics, man. About the law enforcement thing. Actually, the other day, I was like 2 weekends ago. Like before I get to that, before I even came to YouTube, when I was thinking about dropping out of college, I was actually gonna be a police officer. Like 2 weeks ago, I was at Papa John's. This sheriff was like, "Hey, you got some nice size on you. We're hiring. Down at the sheriff department. Go to get my card." I'm not about to be no snitch. I'm just playing.
I already know they coming. No, I ain't finna Will Smith you.
I'm just playing with you, bro.
I know.
Modern dating and stuff like that. To me, I mean, the mindsets of people, the culture has changed a little bit from like even when I first went to college, even to now. But interacting with people as a whole kind of is the same though. It's just, to me, a lot of people got certain people will have like a big head persona because of their social media. But on the average, when you just meet people out in public, no one acts like that actually. A lot of this stuff I be hearing people say, it's like really like, I don't know if it doesn't take place in reality to me, in my opinion. What do y'all think about that? Or is it just overreaction? Are people trying to sell you something? Or is it something that's actually in a day-to-day society, walking and talking to people?
All right, you want me to go, Michael?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
All right, to your point with modern dating, all right, of course, when you see females or males online, obviously a lot of it is a persona. They're trying to show you their best. They're not trying to show you their mistakes. So a lot of it is going to be a front. You understand what I'm saying? So they're only going to give you their best on social media because it's a first impression. Because if they're showing you their mess ups, they're more like, oh damn, I don't want to mess with this person. But it's about the mess ups. I mean, we all make mistakes. But obviously, you see them in person, you get to see them for who they are. I mean, one of the things I love about going to the gym, you know, even though I hate training around women, it's still the gym. It's a commercial gym. You get to see them for their natural beauty and how they look. So you're getting them for who they really are. And sometimes it's not the best. I've met all types of crazy women in the gym, you know. Some I cannot share on this live stream. I'll tell Michael later in the DM. But yeah, you're getting to see them for who they really are. So you have to take them for who they are, as opposed to the social media. That's why you don't constantly message them, like their pictures. You show them no love on the social media. If they ask you, just tell them, yeah, but I hardly use it. That's one of the things my former roommate used to say. So the social media has over amplified their looks, their perception, everything. And I'll be honest with you, I don't blame women for trying to finesse guys, for trying to use it as a marketing tool to get money. Will it last forever? No, because we all age out, you know. But in person, you really get to see them for who they are. You know, you got to take it. You got to take whatever they give you. Excuse me. When you see them, you have to take what they give you as face value. You can't really like dance around what you see on social media, because social media is not really real. It's just a 15-second to 30-second clip. You know what I mean? It's not everyday life.
Yeah.
If that answers your point. So.
I have a question actually.
Yeah.
You know, like post a picture showing her like titties or like boobies and everything, right? They know everyone. It's a thirst trap.
Stuff. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There are so many guys that would just like slide in her DM knowing it's a trap. Like, why would you guys do it? You know, like the sole purpose is like she's like some attention, and then you
do it. People just
do it. A lot of guys. Yeah, a lot of guys are sex deprived. If we're being real, a lot of guys to Michael's point, the dating market is very, very competitive for a lot of guys, even myself. You know, and I'm gonna play my Myra Games fit right here. I'm 6'1", athletic male. I own my own apartment. I make decent money. I got my own car. You know, but it's still competitive. See, a guy like that knows that, and he will still simp for a sugar baby or a OnlyFans girl, because it's so hard for him to get out there and talk to a girl in person because of the rejection factor. A lot of guys just can't deal with rejection because they're like, I have everything. Why can't I get this girl? But sometimes it's not about you. It may be about the girl. She may not feel you. She may want something else, or she may be focused on herself, which is an actual real thing. So a lot of guys, they see a girl that's sexually explicit, and they will hop in her DMs because they see her as an easy target. And will she offer herself up for money? Yeah, of course, because it's just a transaction. And her perception of men becomes jaded, because now when you try and get her to pair bond with a guy, she can't do it because all she sees men as a transactional thing. So she wants money. This is why I don't encourage guys to give women money, especially when you first meet them. Try and get them to go on a simple date, a walk in the park, you know, try and talk to them without spending an extravagant amount of money, because if you do that, she's only going to look at you as a bank.
Okay, back to them.
Yeah, it's just the reality. But go ahead, Hubert. Go ahead.
Because I heard you say something about fresh and trick. Okay. I had to cut in that. Well, to me, it's all about, in my opinion, it can be all about the mind frame too. About the spending the money on the woman. Like, if you're spending the one on the, okay, let me reframe what I'm trying to do.
Go ahead.
If you're spending money on, are you spending money on the woman, or are you spending money for the setting? Are you spending money on the woman to have sex with her, or are you spending money on the event? See, that's where we got to come down to. See, a lot of people are trying to just meet people only to bang them.
Yeah, of course.
That's where you mess up at. If you, of course, you want to, but the thing is, what's going on social media, when I hear a lot of people talking, people not treating people like human beings. Like, the first thing they're trying to do is, I understand, when we see a girl thick, like, dang, like, I'm like, dang. But if that's the sole purpose, that's when it gets to you tricking. It should be, let's go to the event. If I'm just meeting you for the first time, let's go to the event. Let's have fun. Whatever happens after that. You're not spending money in direct, just the butts, just the hit.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you got to think about. That's why a lot of people mess up it, because they're only going solely just to smash. You shouldn't take a girl out you shouldn't take her out if you just want to smash. Just invite her over.
No, you shouldn't.
It's the intention. It's the intent behind it.
Right.
That's what makes things tricking or simping.
Yeah.
Simping is not spending money on a woman. Sorry to tell you, it's not. Simping is spending money on her solely to smash. You just directly in the, okay, this is the change to smash.
Yeah, because a lot of guys don't have game. A lot of guys don't have game.
Not the game.
It's too easy. It's too easy.
It's game though, because I feel like everyone think about it differently.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make the jokes, but sometimes it's just too easy. But a lot of guys, they don't know how to have a conversation with a woman and actually get to sit down and get to know her, because a lot of them, they're socially awkward, they're nervous. And, you know, I see this all the time. You know, when I'm working out hitting the heavy bag, because they do have a heavy bag in the gym, a lot of guys would just stare at me and then it's one of the most socially awkward things I see. And I tell them, look, just wait till I'm done. But sometimes they can't help it. I mean, I had a guy yesterday, he waited till I was finished and I shook his hand. I was like, respect, man. But a lot of guys, it's unfortunate, and I've been there before. Micah can say this as well. A lot of guys are socially awkward. I mean, we may be good at building things, we may be good at our work, you know, we may be good at a lot of physical things, but when it comes to being able to socially converse with a woman, the opposite sex, is very, very difficult, because a lot of guys get nervous and they assume, oh, does she think I'm cute? Does she think I'm cool? Do I look cool? Do I look good?
You might have cut in on that.
Go ahead.
Okay, even behind that, I heard AMS say something about everybody can't be good at everything, right?
No.
So you're gonna have the guys that get shy around women.
Very shy.
Might be good at all this stuff, but that might be their flaw. I don't know a bunch of dudes that's always shy around women. I know a few guys like that, but I know a lot of guys that's not.
Yeah.
So I think that's just I think that's actually an exaggeration.
Yeah, go ahead.
My opinion, that's an exaggeration. It's not a bunch of guys that just really, really. I see the exact opposite. I be seeing the exact opposite. Like, dudes don't care what they say to women or around them. You like me, I mean, but like I see the complete opposite, man. But go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely understand your point. I mean, a lot of guys they're not going to be good at everything. A lot of guys are going to be socially awkward. That's just a part of the world. I mean, I've been socially awkward. I had to learn, develop, you know, and understand certain things because you're not always going to understand certain women, and every woman is different. You know, not all women are the same. You know, to those other guys' points, everybody's different. Everybody has their own style. Everybody, if you say something to a female and she doesn't like it, she may cut you off completely. You may say something, she may like it. So it really all depends on the vibe of that individual. So it really comes down to just learning the individual, and also just being able to accept rejection. That's probably one of the most important things. And a lot of guys, they don't want to accept it because it's too difficult for them, because they feel like
sometimes a lot of these guys out here getting rejected too much. That's what it come down to. It's like, because they get to the point to where you just, for one, you're not even considering like what area you're in. Yeah. Like some people are over.
Well, I'm in a big city. I'm in Miami. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you got a lot of rejection, guys are getting a lot of rejection. That's because a lot of guys are trying to try not to use the YouTube phrases, because a lot of this shit lame. But but they're dating outside their numbers, whatever. If there's 5, they're trying to date a 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are dating, trying to get we call it getting down. They're trying to get down on females that's like, I wouldn't say out of your league, but I'm gonna say she wouldn't choose you. Hold
on. To your point, where we got this number scale for females, I think it's a little bit overblown, because a lot of guys say, oh, I want to smash 8, 9s, and 10s, but I usually get 4s and 5s. I think all of that is subjective, because what one man may find attractive, another man may find unattractive.
Yeah, so, everybody trying to put all their opinions together, man. Like,
to a lot of women that may find themselves attractive, or a lot of guys may find attractive, I may not find attractive, and that's just the reality, because that's not what I'm attracted to. You got some guys that like thick women. You got some guys that like skinny women. You got some guys that like fit men, and you got some women that like short men. Believe it or not, Emu. You got some women that like tall men. You know what I mean? So it really varies on the individual. I will say myself, I like skinny petite women. because I'm 6'1", I'm tall. I like a woman that's a measure weight because I have this thing where I like to lift up the girls I date. That's just how I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I necessarily don't like thick women. In our community, that is celebrated. Sorry, Angie, but it's celebrated in our community. It is what it is. The thicker she is, the better. That's just how it is from what I've seen growing up with the hip hop videos and entertainment, But I personally don't like that. I don't care for that. So
Look at my
that's just me,
keys.
But the rating thing to me is overblown because to a lot of women I can be fine. To a lot of women I can be very average. So I don't look at that. I just think that, like I said, I just have to accept rejection. I've accepted rejection plenty of times, but I just move on to the next. I don't get stuck saying, damn, I need to get this subset of girls to like me because I'm this type of man. At the end of the day, nobody cares. You just have to go out there and see. You have to go out there and see what you can get. And what you really want is stability. You want to be able to pair bond with one female. You don't really want to be out here trying to be a player, trying to get all these girls. It's not necessarily going to work out for you, especially if you're just an everyday guy. This idea where you make a lot of money, you're just spending money like crazy because you have the means for it. I still don't think that's good for your emotional.
Cut in right there.
I don't think that's good for your emotional stability. That's my opinion. I get what you're saying.
Let me cut in right there.
Okay. Go ahead.
Honestly, because honestly, I say a lot of times why guys think they're supposed to be players is because they're looking at someone else.
Yeah.
And not sticking to what their personality is.
Hey, put your light on.
I'm looking for my keys, man. That's what I'm over fidgeting for. Oh, here they go.
It's getting dark out there.
I was always asking him, like, why are you in your car? Why don't you come upstairs? He was like,
I know y'all
here. Everyone likes to sit in the car and just be like talking.
Yeah, sometimes you just get home and you just want to sit in the car a little bit.
And finish whatever you're listening to, right?
Yeah,
all right. Yeah, we can see you. We can see you, Hubert.
I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You good.
I'm good. Okay. Bet. I ain't had my stuff set up, so I just came out here like my lights and all that. So I just came out here. Okay, so back to that. Back to being players and you gotta be rich to be a player or have a lot of money. Man, come on. That's a facade, man. The most players don't have no money.
Yeah,
the biggest players that I know growing up and now, the biggest players don't be having a bunch of money.
No, they don't.
And they still be knocking down a bunch of females.
Of course, because they got nothing but time. They got nothing but time and dick. That's just the reality. I got a homeboy that I grew up with. He's an old friend. He's not a friend anymore. But
Hello.
We good?
Good.
You good, Hubert?
You got some static over there.
All right. Are you good now?
My fault. It connected to my radio. My fault.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So back to my point.
We good now?
Yeah, we good. But back to my point. Yeah, I had an old friend of mine. I mean, I don't associate with myself. I don't associate with him anymore. This is back in high school. I remember he was getting all the girls in high school, even up until I graduated college. So we're talking about 10 plus years. But he eventually got 2 girls pregnant, and they both knew about it. And he gave one of them an STD, but they still decided to have sex with him and have this child. And he doesn't work. He doesn't have a real job. He doesn't have any skills. All he has is a high school diploma. And those girls, they still slobber over him because he was able to emotionally connect with them, spend hours on the phone with them, and give them good dick. And that resulted in him being a baby daddy to both of them. And they both know about each other. As a matter of fact, one of them had to go to anger management classes because she had beat up the ex-girlfriend because he was telling me about it. Yeah, that's how crazy it is. But they all knew who I was, and they all knew my family and where I came from, but they weren't attracted to me. Could I have looked at that and say, damn, what's wrong with me? No, I ignored them and I moved on. I live a decent life. It's pretty good, and I don't have to deal with that mess because I could have been in his situation where I got one of them pregnant or one of the girls that they hang out with. I could have got one of them pregnant, but I dodged that bullet and I continue to grow and progress. And I look at them in the past. Will they come up in my life again? Maybe. Will I pay attention to them? No, because I'm not on the same level as them. I had to move on, but past them. That's just
I
the
think
reality.
that comes into I think that kind of comes into, you kind of get a callous in a way from like I guess messing. I mean, not really. I guess messing with different girls or trying to talk to different girls. It kind of gets you like that. I guess like in a way, the player lifestyle can be kind of helpful in a way. Like if you're trying to pick up a girl and you're getting rejected by her, it kind of it's like, oh, I already felt it, so now I'm like, all right, I can do the next one. Or or if you know what you can do and you can go get another girl, if she rejects you, then it makes you able to kind of think like that. That's what I think.
Yeah. Go ahead, Angie. Yeah.
So I think we're talking about how like it's easier for people to reach out to say like an IG thought or just like girls on the internet, right?
Because it's not face to face.
Right. So I feel like a lot of people feel like, oh, if I talk to this girl on Instagram and she just ignore my message, it's a rejection, but it's a very light one. Versus if I'm talking to her today, and she was like, I have a boyfriend. Sorry. So
I
why?
Feel like, why? Because of public embarrassment. Nobody wants to be embarrassed in front of their friends. That shit hurts.
Of your chat. And
it feels right now.
This guy is like,
I'm sure they do that too. I bet they do that, but it's like you don't have to be able to do that.
Gosh.
So it's like you still, it's like it's really like it's really nothingness to DM somebody versus going on.
Oh yeah. And you know what else? You know what else? You know what else? Now, if you DM somebody, you can unsend it.
Oh yeah, vanish mode.
yeah, you can unsend it.
That's the best thing. That's the best thing.
Yeah. So if you send something risque, if you send something risque, you can. Oh, I didn't mean to send that. You can unsend it, so it's like it never happened. You know what I mean? And that girl,
just wait for 10 hours. If she still doesn't respond, unsend.
yeah, of course. Yeah. So and a lot of girls, I'm pretty sure they get a shit ton of. All right, let's take for example. I don't like to use her, but we have to. Brittany Renner. I'm pretty sure she get a gang of messages, and a lot of guys say risque shit to her, and then she probably won't respond. She won't even remember that these guys message her. You know what I mean? Because they all think she's an easy fix. So you can unsend things now. That far out.
Yeah, I would go more to like I wouldn't go to like maybe like a famous thought. I would go. I'll use an example like one of like the neighborhood thoughts. You DM her or somebody close, and then you unsend it. You like boom. Yeah. You know where you.
But see that neighborhood thought can get flown out too. She can get a lot of rappers in her DMs. Let her look good enough. Let her have like a few thousand followers. Oh, because those guys are on their phones just as much as we are. It's just reality of the internet era. So let the neighborhood thought have a couple thousand followers, man. Those guys are gonna be drowning in her DM, drowning. So it's all how you put it in perspective. Yeah, she is a famous thought, but it's all the same. It's all the same. For when it comes to attention. I think so. I think a girl in Wisconsin or a girl in Montana has the same amount of power and clout as a Brittany Renner. It's just a matter of her not opening her mouth and keeping her mouth shut. Honestly,
I agree with that because look at some academics flying girls out.
Yeah, flying them out everywhere to Miami, New York, California, Texas. These guys don't care because they're looking for anything. And a girl from Montana, Idaho, has never been to Miami. She don't even know what Miami is. She just seen it on TV. And a guy's gonna pay her flight ticket. That's probably like $200 maybe or $100 one-way ticket to Miami to stay there for 3 days. Yeah, she's gonna take that opportunity, and she'll do it often. And she'll probably still have her. Go ahead.
It's a one-way ticket. It doesn't even.
Yeah, one-way ticket. Yeah, and then she'll probably go back home to her hometown boyfriend and tell him how much she loved him and how fun the girls trip was. So yeah, bro.
But both of them tricks though.
Of course, they're tricking. Of course.
So I don't care what no trick do. Like they gonna trick anyway. Let them trick.
Yeah.
I mean, do I really want to value a female like that anyway? To be honest.
No.
Unless she bringing the money back to me, I mean, I don't really value those type of people even doing stuff like that. So, like,
but a lot of guys do.
That's their lifestyle, but I'm not valuing a broad like that. No way.
A lot of guys do value a girl like that because they think they can change her.
Here you go. They changed her. That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
And that's very dangerous because J. Cole, I'm pretty sure we all heard it. He says, "Don't save her. She don't want to be saved." That is a true statement. Do not save her. Let her dig her own grave. Let her find out the hard way. You got a lot of these girls that were in the adult entertainment industry, and now they're 40, 50 years old, and they're single, and a lot of guys are not trying to blow them up anymore because they've been washed up and used. But that was a decision that they decided to make in their 20s and 30s because they thought it was going to last forever. I hollered at a chick in my gym, because that's where I'm mainly at. I did not know she was an escort, stripper, and P-star until I got her number and found out, because she first gave me her stage name. Then she gave me her real name after I got her number the second day. Then I had to find out that she's a stripper. I had to find out she got fake boobies. I had to find out she's getting a BBL. I cut her off, and I started talking to her trainer because her trainer has more morals, and her trainer is into what I'm into, and that's boxing and fitness. I had to leave her alone because this girl, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna say it on the live stream. She's charging $300. She's charging $300 for half an hour. She's charging $500. Yeah, she started. Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you in the DMs later. She's charging $500. Yeah, she's charging $500 for an hour. She's charging $2,000 to $3,000 overnight because she's 5'10". She got a body like Megan Thee Stallion, and she got a butterfly tattoo on her butt. She's a highly attractive. And she got a neck tattoo. She's a highly attractive female, and a lot of guys are tricking on her. So
yeah,
guys will willingly trick on her, knowing. Yeah, guys will
about a trick on her.
Yeah,
they probably have. They probably have. I'm pretty sure if I showed it to Amu, he probably gonna look at me like, "Oh, I don't know her." But Fresh probably know her. But she's a highly attractive trick, and she knows guys are willing to trick on her, and she look at guys as a dollar sign. And guess how old she is? I'm gonna let you guess.
About 25.
She's probably 19.
No, 21.
Whoa.
Straight out of 3 years removed from high school. Yeah, of course. But if you look at her, she looks like a grown woman. She already got lip fillers and all that stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
crazy.
But see, these guys are gonna trick on her regardless, and she's charging that rate because she knows she can get the money. And she's not just messing. She's not just messing with black dudes. She's messing with white dudes, Hispanic dudes, all types of dudes. She's getting flown out everywhere. And majority of this stuff you can see on her Instagram. I left her alone because I'm not that type of guy to spend that type of money. Because to me, that will hurt my pockets. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. Unlike some other dudes, I don't got money like that to just be throwing money around to females for one night, for half an hour. To me, that's absolute ludicrous because I don't gain anything from that. I'd rather just talk to a female, get to know her, wait until we get to that level, as opposed to tricking on a girl like that because she's trying to get the money and get out. There's no emotion involved in that. So yeah, these guys will willingly trick on a girl like that. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that back to the tricking and all that and the sex? Do you think that they're really making it out to be like guys when they say a woman can have sex every day or every second, however, whatever these people on YouTube ignorant stuff they say? Why do they think if guys were to do that or had the ability to do that, we wouldn't have a world that we have now in the US? Guys shouldn't be having sex all the time. This shouldn't be the thing because nothing would get done if guys had the same capabilities to do that. What y'all think about that?
Before you go, Micah, I think a lot of guys aren't, like I said, the everyday guys like us. We just don't have that access. Number one. Number two, we have to work. It's just the reality. We have to work. Most men have to work 5-6 days a week. You know what I mean? So if they do have the time, like on a weekend or a Saturday, then they're gonna balls to the wall with a female. That's why you see a lot of them go to the club, get drunk, try and bring a girl back because majority of their days, Monday through Friday, probably even Saturdays, they're working. Majority of men that I know, even my friends, even the ones that are married with kids now, majority of them are working. You have to work. This idea where a guy just makes a lot of money, he's a crypto investor, he's a podcaster, he's a real estate investor, he has all these properties, that man still has to put in work. So this idea where a man can have sex every day, it's not reasonable. You have to put in work.
It's not realistic at all. It's not realistic.
It's not realistic because I think as men, we cannot profit off of sex the same way females can.
You can. That's why it's not good to compare.
Because men aren't watching men to see how many women they get. Men are watching women to see how promiscuous she is and how easy she is, so they can potentially try and get another girl. That's why you see a lot of these insta thoughts will trick on these guys and try and finesse them. And they know these logics. But and they know their logic, but the problem is they don't have real men like us around them telling them that, because they're so jaded by their perception of women because they've dealt with rejection for so long. It's just the reality. You know what I mean? You know, because let's keep it real. Emu and Walter, they're not bringing regular guys onto their podcast like us because they're intimidated, because they know they can't bullshit us and they will never call us out for a fight. I have to say this because I live near them, the fresh and fit guys. You know, so they're giving you the perception of their lifestyle and the lifestyle that they're living and the guys that they admire, like the rappers, the entertainers, and the athletes. But those aren't the everyday men. So yeah, they can afford to smash different girls every other day of the week because their lifestyle and their job don't dictate a clock. Mine does. It's just the reality. So this idea where, oh, you can have as many girls as you want, you can smash this girl that day, smash this girl that day. No, you can't, because you will not be productive. You won't be focused.
You won't be. Everything will fall apart.
You're better off. Go ahead.
That's why Walter's story is very fugazi. Like, we know you weren't doing it like that. You can't support yourself smashing 1,000 women. You're gonna be living in the woods. But then also, while I want both of y'all to go ahead and drop y'all's YouTube channels in the comments. And then Angie, I wanted you to go ahead and answer Van Lee's comment, man. Shout out to Van Lee, man, always supporting and in the chat, man. He said, Ground Motivate asked wifey, is the standards the same in Asian culture? Do the Asian pookies or thugs, do they win? How does that work then?
No. I feel like unless you're like a high school kid, then yeah, like those thug boys or like bad boys look really attractive. But like once you're a grown woman, like definitely not. No. That's why I think we had a discussion about how we're saying how some women were attracted to like people who are on the street, you know, like those like thugs and stuff. Yeah. It's just really like outlandish to me because I guess when you reach a certain age, you think about settling down.
What is the age that women in Asia, when they stop thinking like that? Like here, I think it kind of continues on until like maybe mid-20s or late 20s. Yeah. But in Asia, what do you think it is?
Once you reach 25, you start getting that pressure from your family. Okay. Be like, it's time to get married and have kids. Okay. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. But definitely not the pookies.
Gotcha. Okay, so they don't win. You got to kind of be about something in Asia to even have it shot really. Yeah. Shout out to E, man. Shout out to EON001, man. 2 a.m. in the UK, man. But he's checking us out, man. Shout out to you, man. Always supportive as well.
Shout out, bro. Thank you. Staying up late. I'll be in bed.
Man, let's see what we got here, man. But yeah, man. Let's I guess we talked about that pretty good, man. Van hard Ola in the comments, man. We got Hugh over here putting in some good jewels too, man. Let's go ahead and jump on to the whole Will Smith Jada Pinkett thing. Maybe we can jump it, get that out the way fast.
All right, yeah. Is Hubert good? His shit loading.
I think he's I think he might be on the pause for a little bit. In that car, you might have a little area or something that's going on. Oh, here he is. He's back. He's back.
My fault.
All right, yeah. So what do you want to know about the Will and Jada?
So what are your guys' thoughts on recently Jada? I guess Jada kind of came out and said, I wish Will didn't slap him, and then somebody else came in and said
she said didn't, right? Or did?
Yeah, she said she wish he didn't, and then somebody else there's like an inside source that was saying that Jada was saying, yeah, he shouldn't have did that for me. He's supposed to be I'm not a wallflower. I can defend myself. I'm a high value woman or something like that. What do you guys think about that?
All right, I'll go.
Go ahead. You go.
You want to go? You want to go, Hubert, or you want me to go?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. What's done is done, bro. She knew what he was about to do, because if that was the case, she would have held him by his arm and said, "Don't walk up there and embarrass us." Cut and dry, because Will Smith acted on his own accord. This idea where he's protecting his wife, like we said in the comments, he saw a soft target in Chris. Yep. And I'm gonna go in on Chris, and it's gonna suck because I like Chris Rock. I've seen all his movies. I've watched his comedy specials, especially in 1999. Yeah, of course, bro. That's one of my favorites, bro. That's what propelled Obama to be president. Yeah, you didn't see it coming. But Chris has been on his Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show back in the 90s, so they're real good friends. They've known each other for about 35 plus years. before me and you was born, because we're both in our early 30s. But Chris, he's known Chris for years, and he knows how Chris moves. He knows Chris. He knows all those things. So with that being said, he saw an opportunity to take advantage of Chris Rock as opposed to somebody like Dwayne Johnson or Mike Tyson or even a white guy, because I don't think he would have put his hands on a white guy, because they would have put his ass on that fucking ground and they would have taken him out. No, them white folks don't play about that. I'm sorry, bro. You can't play with them. But he saw an opportunity to.
They would have hit his pockets more than they would have hit him. That's what I think. They
would have came after him immediately.
Think so?
But
give me a white guy. Give me an example of a white guy who you think would have been about it had Will Smith walked up.
A white guy that's about it?
Yeah. Give me somebody.
Adam Sandler.
You think so?
Adam Sandler about that.
Sandler probably fought back.
Ryan Reynolds
would have fought back.
Ryan Reynolds. Okay,
Ryan Reynolds. That's fair.
Christian Bale would have fought back.
Definitely. I heard about him being on set just fire and brimstone.
But believe it or not, Ricky Gervais ain't no big fighter. But I think I don't think he would have let him smack them. Who else? Because I don't really follow that. I don't really follow them like that. But back to my point with Chris Rock, he saw an opportunity to smack Chris Rock upside his head, and he knew Chris couldn't physically dominate him. And Chris, unfortunately, from what I've seen, has never been a tough guy. He's never shown that persona. He's never been in the media for being physically aggressive. Chris is not a intimidating guy. He's the comic. He's the cool guy. He's not the Joe Rogan type of comedy. You know what I mean? Where Joe Rogan knows how to do jujitsu, knows how to do the taekwondo. Joe Rogan will kick you in your goddamn face, bro. You get what I'm saying? And I think Will Smith knew that, and he knew who he was messing with, and he thought it was going to give him some clout and respect that he walked up there and smacked him. And Chris Rock chose not to do anything. He chose to be weak in that moment, and it's affected him, because I can't look at Chris Rock the same, because in my mind, you know how I already feel with them boys calling out Abba and Preach. I still think Abba should be on his ass. I still think he should have came up. No bullshit. Yeah. You know why? Because when you call somebody out to fight and you disrespect their wife, you're digging yourself a ditch and you're asking for an ass whooping, because there needs to be consequences, because he's saying that on an internet screen. He's not saying that face to face, because if he saw him face to face, he wouldn't do that shit. But back to Will Smith and Chris Rock. He saw an opportunity to take advantage of him, and he did. And Chris Rock didn't do anything. And Jada didn't give a damn, because Jada is in her own world. So I don't expect much from her apology or from her statement, because it's irrelevant. You guys have to live with it. And I hope Will Smith watches his back everywhere he goes. It's unfortunate.
That's real. Because you got something to add to that?
Yeah. You talking about me?
Oh no, I was asking Hugh if he had something to add.
Man,
And network super chats. Go ahead, Hugh.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay, so with her saying that shows her lack of respect for this man. Off real, like she doesn't respect anything he does at this point. Not even for him, quote unquote. Whether we believe it or not, protecting her. I mean, I think it's a bunch of crap, but whether we believe it or not, she didn't back him at all. And like, you can't be with a woman that doesn't back you, even when you're wrong. I know people say behind the scenes, tell me if I'm wrong, but your girl's supposed to back you at all times, man. At all times. Like, if you do something, it might be embarrassing. She doesn't respect this man with any decisions that he's making, even down to the letter that Willow wrote to Tupac. Like,
that shit wild. That's
he's
wild.
in a situation.
That's crazy. She doesn't even know who she is. She doesn't even know who he is. It's the mom. It's Jada.
Yeah. When was it?
When was the letter?
Yeah.
Like,
when did she write it?
She wrote it when she was a kid.
She was 12 years old.
Like years ago. At least years ago. Less than a decade.
She knew zero about Tupac besides what Jada taught her, because everybody for the most part that knows Tupac now is like, you're just kind of just being a poser in a way. Like, because like, I don't know, like everybody says Tupac and Big are the best rappers. You just go with the flow.
Like, you heard it from
you
someone.
Heard it, you heard it from. So she definitely heard it from her mom a whole bunch, and that's why she did what she did. That's crazy.
But see, being a thug.
Let me say this right quick. I don't see how you could lose respect for Chris Rock. Chris Rock ain't no dang fighter, bro. He said he literally said that. He's not fighting back, boo. Like, how could you? He literally did what he would do. You can't lose respect for a person for who they are. That's who he is.
Hold on.
We lose respect for Will Smith because let me say this. We lose respect for Will Smith because he put on an image that he wouldn't do something like that.
Yeah.
You gotta people, if people gonna say this is who they are, they gotta portray and display who they are at all times. So how can you lose respect for a man that says he's like that and has proven down and down he's like that? Go ahead.
To your point, the reason why I lose respect is because I've been smacked in my face when I was in high school. Now, the guy kept trying to slap me, and I eventually put my hands up because I realized what he was doing, but I did not swing back. And it's one of my biggest regrets in my life. And I remember it happened back in 2007 of October. I wasn't even boxing that much at that time. But the reason why I wasn't a fighter at that time, the reason why I say I lose respect a little bit and Chris looks like a beta is because now people will see him and disrespect him out in the street and continue to attack him. And you don't want that. I don't care if you lose the fight. I don't care. So. No. I don't care. I don't care if the guy's wailing on you. Swing on him, put hands on him, try something. Kick him, grab him. Because if you cannot defend yourself, it is not a good look, especially if you have a lady next to you. Can you imagine that?
Let me say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think so. People would approach Chris Rock and try to fight him. I think more people would try to do that to Will now because he was the aggressor. People will more likely go after the aggressor more than the person that was on the defense. So people are going to try to pick at him because he's shown that he would do something like that. I think Chris Rock really got the W because people are now looking at Chris Rock like he's so innocent, he's so weak. Let's give him this. Like
I don't want sympathy, dog. No sympathy.
What's up with y'all? What's good, THPP? What's up, Grind? What's good with y'all?
What's up?
Yo, peace to the panel. What's up with it, bro? Good to see you, man. Hey, I seen those live streams that y'all did the other day. I tried to chime in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wanted to holler at y'all about that Will Smith situation because I did a couple videos about that. And in my opinion, people are looking at it kind of at a different angle than I'm looking at it. You see a lot of people online talking about, well, this is an issue of wife protection per se, right? My take on it is I don't think it's a matter of who would or wouldn't have slapped.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the main issue. I think that the reason people need to look at is why the slap took place. And in my opinion, the reason why the slap took place is because Will is a broken person. I don't know if y'all read Will Smith's memoirs, but one of Will Smith's personal struggles was a self-induced personal struggle. And that was the competition that he had to have with Jada's perception of Tupac during their whole relationship. That was a struggle that he went throughout his whole relationship. So automatically Will Smith is under this assumption that he's not being projected or he's not projecting himself as the image of a man that Jada Pinkett wants, first of all, right? Second of all, Will Smith had issues. If you again read that memoir or if you read any articles where they talk about it, Will was talking about how when he would see his father abuse his mom, he couldn't protect her, right? So he has these issues of failure to be at a certain level of manhood, not only when it came to him as a child, he grew up with that, seeing his bigger brother, and then now in his adult life, he feels that he's with a woman who doesn't feel that he can offer her the same kind of protection and manhood that Tupac can. So he's got that, right? To me, because of his failure to identify and appreciate himself and to cut off that relationship, because it's clear that Jada Pinkett didn't have any love for him. You know what I'm saying? It's clear. And my thing is they should have never made it past that red table talk. The relationship should have been axed at that point. And if anybody was going to the Oscars, they should have been going with separate by themselves, or they should have each had a new date because that relationship has been beyond its expiration date. So I think Will is in a state of playing catch up. And what he did was when he saw Jada's face change, he snapped into that I'm not able to protect. I'm tired of feeling like this. And he went up to Chris Rock. And when he slapped Chris Rock, he seen himself. I don't think it would have mattered who was up on stage. Who knows? If it was a woman, he might have spit on him. Who knows? Who knows what he would have done? I don't know. The only thing that we can look at is what actually happened, and it was Chris Rock. But I think the thing that's important is the motivation and why it happened. And I think it's a long life of self-loathing and inability to be in control of that relationship because of the inability to control his own way that he sees himself that led him to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Always feel like you
that's a
can't.
good point.
Damn, Rob, you dropped the mic after that, or what?
Right.
Look, I got the mic on one of them extended arms, so it's just sitting up here suspended in air right in front of my face. You know what I'm saying?
Well, after that 360-degree dunk, I ain't got nothing else to say. Anyway, every time I get on the screen with your ass, Rob, just how we do.
Hey,
I just mess up everything. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on? It's THPP, right?
Yeah, the tip network.
Yeah, man. What's good, man?
How y'all doing, man?
It's nice to meet you. I'm a big fan.
I appreciate it, man. It's nice. It's nice to talk to everybody here. Got to give a shout out to my G Grind, man. You doing live streams and ain't telling me I gotta put the damn studio together all quick and try to get up there.
Man, you better take advantage. You better take advantage of that audio only, bro. Put that red X over that camera and start chopping it up. You see? Your boy back here, I'm not shaved up. The room is a mess. Wouldn't nobody know it if I hadn't have said it. You know what I'm saying? I got that red X over that camera, and the microphone is good, so that's what matters.
I'm vain. I like the way I look. I be looking at myself like, look at you, you're old man, still killing it. Look at it.
Yeah, chime in, bro. Chime in.
Oh, there's Code 45. I want to talk about a different perspective of this Will Smith thing because maybe I'm the only one here, Mary. Maybe I'm the only one here who kind of understands this, and I understand that my job is to protect and provide. I call me old fashioned, but that's my job, right? But here's when it's Will's time to protect his wife was before all this stuff happened. It's just like this. Like I boxed, do martial arts most of my life. The best time not to get hit is to hit someone first. The best offense is first. The best timing is before it happens. And the problem here is that you see Will Smith reacting to things instead of proactively stopping it. There's no way that my wife could get me to go and sit down and talk about our family business. I'm old school, Southern old school. You take that mess right back to the house and solve that problem right in your house, and nobody else needs to know. Maybe your dad knows about it.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I grew up. And so that's a big thing. Another thing is I'm really disappointed in the fact that I'm old enough to remember when Jada and Will was the power couple that everybody wanted to be. They were relationship goals. As a matter of fact, Common, one of my favorite rappers, was like, I want to be like Will and Jada, know? And I'm like, hold on a second. Where was her protecting him and his career when he got up? She's seen him upset. Man, I've been upset before, and and I'm old enough to know better, but I'm still young enough to run up on you if you do something, right? and my woman's grabbed me and said, Grover, how much do you have to lose? Look at your life and what are you doing? And that's how your wife's femininity protects you. And that's total lack of protection there. That side-eyed and all that, look, I've seen that side-eye before. He's seen it before. He knew he had to do something, but it's just as easy to say, no, not here. Now, I want you guys to think of financially what I've seen happen to Will Smith. And at first I thought it was a bunch of cap. I know somebody who works at Netflix. They're pulling his movie. The director already pulled out last year, and they were looking for another movie of a Will Smith project. They're going to pull that. They're going to pull out.
Guess what? Jada doesn't care.
No. But here's the thing. As a man, you're supposed to care.
Oh yeah, 100%. So, that's your money. Yeah, 100%.
And also, Sony has backed away from a project from him. Now, I know you folks know that Will Smith is a superstar, but Will Smith is not young. No, and there's young cats out there. There's young cats out there that's going to take that title and they'll run with it because Hollywood, only thing they need is another dark face to fill in. They don't really care if it's Will Smith. Understand this. They just need somebody else to be there so they can feel good about themselves. Yeah. And if people don't believe me, then I don't care. I know.
I mean, they just basically will just take a Whopper out of the Whopper box and put it in a Milk Dud box, and there we go. You know what I'm saying?
Michael
That's
B.
what
Jordan.
we got. You know,
They got Michael B. Jordan.
Matter of fact, that slap, what Michael B. Jordan was doing was like, Hey, look at this. Like
Right.
I said,
My turn.
now, I understand, and this is something that folks may, because I heard you talk about Chris Rock now fighting back.
Yeah.
I understand why Chris Rock didn't fight back. Number one, Chris Rock is a failed movie actor.
Yeah.
Chris Rock has never been hot. I can't think of a real movie that Chris Rock had. All of his Chris Rock vehicles have failed, right? All right, so that's number one. Number two, Chris Rock didn't graduate from the 9th grade.
Whoa.
Only thing he has is hosting Grammys or Oscars and doing comedy. That's all he has. And you mean to tell me that he's going to mess up half of his money because someone slapped him? He just lost about 60% of his wealth to his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock is 57 or 58 years old. He ain't got a lot of time to make it back. He's not George Clinton Parliament Funkadelic. He's not going to tour until he's 80 years old and damn near drop dead.
Yeah.
So you have to realize, and I realize this because being looking maybe more advanced age than everyone here. I don't know, Rob. I haven't, you always got that avatar up. I don't know how you really look. I don't even know. But I understand there's a lot of, hey man, let me tell you something. I might take a little more right now than I would 10 years ago from someone. And I remember my dad saying it, God bless his soul. Boy, this MF is lucky I got kids. I'll go up so one side his ass and down the other side. That's what men are supposed to do. And I can't knock Chris Rock for doing the right thing. I can't knock him for that, for not making a further fool out of black people on an international stage. And me and Rob talked about this, and Rob don't really, I know we disagree with it. It's all right.
No, but you have some points though. Like the thing is that like there's always points, and a lot of the points that you have, I agree with the things that you said. With me, it's more of semantics and phrasing because I'm more into media and how the media plays games with words, different things like that. But a lot of what you said, don't get it twisted, is valid, is absolutely valid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. To your point, Tim, I understand how Chris did the best thing by not reacting. Mm-hmm. Me and Micah are speaking from a young man's perspective.
Oh yeah.
Because it's
hard for me to do that shit.
Because if it's me or Mike, I stand at about 6'1", so I'm about the same height as well. I'm just a lot leaner. I'm about 180. I wouldn't have allowed Will to come up and slap me. I would have put my hands up and I would have beat his ass on that stage and backstage. I would have tried to hurt him because you're not gonna slap me in front of my fans, in front of millions of people.
Hey, you slap me in front of my enemies.
It's not even that. He would have got rocked. He would have got rocked. He'd have got beat up. And then you ain't doing no comedy shows in Ohio no more because every time you run the risk, or you're not doing no movie openings or nothing like that. You're not going downtown Cleveland to the MGM or nothing like that because you're getting Summer Jam ran up on like Bang'em Smurf did 50 Cent. Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. Somebody like me would have fumbled a bag, and I would have had a real fight in front of them white folks at the Oscars. And it's unfortunate because us as black folks would have been portrayed even worse. So my dad told me, he said, Chris Rock did the best thing by not doing anything. He's absolutely right. But me, I'm just not that type of guy.
He said, but me, I'm not going to do the best thing.
Right. And see, and me also, one thing that I feel, and, Grind and THPP, they watch my content, so they know how I feel about this. I don't feel that our perception of how the mainstream public matters. I don't care. You know what I mean? Because my thing is that if I happen to be Chris Rock, what I'm doing is not only would I have beat Will Smith down on stage, but then I would have turned around and sued the Grammys, sued the Oscars for not keeping me safe. Because as a contractor, they got an obligation to make sure there should have been security.
Where's security at?
And Chris Rock called for him. He called for him when Will Smith was on the way up to the stage. There's no barrier between the audience and the stage. There was no safety, none of that. I'm suing the Grammys. And I'm beating Will Smith up, and I'm sending threats out. Like I'm doing the whole nine, and I'm being a G about it. You know what I mean?
I see his son tweet out, "Oh yeah, that's how we get down."
Then he go crip walk. He go crip walk after he whoop his ass. No, I'm playing.
I see what Will's son tweeted after he said that's how we get down. I would have beat his son ass too.
But I think that I first of all of the Rock brothers ain't Chris Rock.
No. But they're gonna have to catch Will. They're gonna have to catch him, and they're not gonna catch him because Will.
Tony Rock is people outside of the San Francisco Improv.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna tell you, Tony Rock is He's not Chris Rock.
No,
I mean, and you know, and so and it's. I mean, one thing or another. Also, Chris Rock has a he has a learning disability where he can't really tell where people are upset or they're angry or they're happy. And you guys can look it up. He actually has a learning disability where he can't take facial or physical cues. And so one of the things that like a lot of people will come and say, well, it has to be fake because he just let him walk up. He didn't understand what was going on. And he, like, what's this? He probably thought it could go any way. And so you could everybody please Google check me because
I think Jerry Seinfeld suffered from the same thing too.
Yeah. Well, Jerry Seinfeld just doesn't know he's not funny, and neither does.
Yeah, I was about to say Jerry Seinfeld.
He's suffering from never making a joke I laughed at. But
yeah, he suffers from this disease called cornyitis. That means that he has a comedic disability. He's not able to tell a good joke. So that's what Jerry Seinfeld suffers from. You know?
I'm actually going to go on the record and correct you. It's called "I was white and the one they picked-itis."
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I'm over here. I'm not. I'm just joking. I'm not really that bad. Grind up here like, why did I let him?
I'm glad y'all dropping some good jewels, man. I was gonna ask y'all since most of us have done fitness or fighting or anything like that. Yeah. I guess like how would that improve? I guess like the way that you think. Like, do you think that I don't know? Like, I guess would you react like Will Smith?
I would have never let anybody walk up to me. Nobody can walk up to me.
Nobody's walking up to me, bro.
I wouldn't have been at the awards. The relationship would have been axed a long time ago if it was me. Right. If I had even been engaged in that relationship. And I think that that's the most important thing that men need to be paying attention to. There's all the, you guys know how I feel about a lot of these male content creators and stuff like that. And I ain't really feeling them. My thing is that men need to pay attention to the power dynamic. Will Smith, and again, I don't think that Will Smith is a bad guy. I don't care what the media says. I don't care about any of that. As far as I'm concerned, those people in the media, they probably never had to open and pour their own box of cereal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not concerned really with their opinions about it because they live in a delusional fantasy world. Right. Will Smith is a dude that came from a traumatic environment, and 9 times out of 10, when you're born in trauma, your life ends up becoming traumatic, and that's what you saw. What you saw was the climax of a whole lot of issues that Will has. Now, does that make him not responsible? Absolutely not. He's absolutely responsible for his actions, all of the actions, including his bad judgment and discernment that kept him in that relationship to where he felt obligated to do something as dumb as sabotage his whole career for somebody who couldn't even be loyal and stay in a relationship with him, appropriately. You know what I mean? And I think that men need to understand and value themselves. You need to value your worth. And you should, if you're in a relationship and you feel that you have to compare or add up to some other man to make your woman feel like she loves you, you're in the wrong relationship, because in that woman's head, she's in a relationship with that man. You're not even a factor. You're just somebody that's taking up space. You're nothing but an Uber driver. You're nothing but a taxi driver. You're nothing but a chauffeur. And that's all you are. You know what I mean? And the thing is that you're more than that. Will Smith is a world-class actor. He's got lots of money. He's got clout. He's respected he was respected. And I think he still should be respected because, again, nobody's perfect. Everybody has done some of the dumbest stuff in the world. Literally everybody has. There's not one person that has I've never done the stupidest shit ever on their resume. Everyone has done something that is record-breakingly dumb in their life. So for people to look at Will Smith like he's just irreparable human, he messed up, he did that and the other because he hurt Chris Rock. Listen, I'm going to tell you something about the mainstream media. They don't care about Chris Rock, because if they did, they would put out a GoFundMe. They would invite him to all their shows. He'd be doing all these guest spots. They'd be making sure that he's doing this. They'd have him on the news. You've heard about everybody's opinion about this except for Chris Rock. Now, if they really cared, he'd be having a platform all over the place, but he doesn't. And you need to pay attention to that, because it's what's not said that a lot of times is more important than what is said. And that's because nonverbal communication is 86% of the message. 14% is what is verbal. You know what I mean? So again, like as far as Will Smith, he'll be all right. He got a lot of money. If he didn't save up his money, again, that's another failure and another fault of his. But I mean, in my opinion, what he needs to do is he needs to step back. He needs to go talk to a counselor, possibly learn how to love himself a little bit better, get away from people like Jada Pinkett who will suck the life out of you. And what men and women need to understand is that this situation is not a matter of wife protection. If you have a wife that protects you as a man, then you're in a relationship, it's reciprocity. See, you and Angie would never let you get in a situation like that. She'd be like, Grind, get your ass over here and yank you by your dress. Grind, come here, Grind. She'd slap the dog shit out you if you try to do something stupid. But that's what a woman does. That's what a woman that loves you does.
But you gotta think about her culture. Her culture.
It is the culture, but what does the culture develop? The culture develops a woman. In the Jewish culture, a bar mitzvah develops a man. In the Latino culture, a quinceañera cultivates a woman. So again, it's still the cultural maximum of how that individual person is supposed to be. Just because Angie is an Asian woman, you know what I'm saying? She accentuates, upholding Asian female culture, which is what she's supposed to be. And that means treating her man the way that she would treat her man as a traditional woman. You know what I'm saying? And you could see it. You could tell she got respect for Grind. They have a good time in the videos. It's not fake. It's real. And my thing is, and my thing is that you can tell that there's tension between Will and Jada. Now, if Will was with a woman who loved him, and again, there's no color or no, anything like that. It's just it's about how you treat a person and how you love a person. And Will, for one, didn't love himself. And because Will don't love himself, it's easy for him to fall into being with somebody who don't love him because he don't know what love is. So that's why you see there's been more people coming out to attack Will Smith than Jada has said anything about Will Smith. I'm sure Angie is a lot like my girlfriend. My girlfriend, now I can fight, and I'm a grimy kind of dude, you know what I'm saying? But my girlfriend, she will step in front of everybody, and it could be the Incredible Hulk right there about to go in on me, and I'm about to fight him back, and her little ass will step right in front of me and be like, "You gotta get to me first before you fuck with Rob." You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I appreciate it, babe. Get the fuck out of the way. You know what I'm saying? But that's what a real woman is gonna do. And where have you seen Jada do that at?
No, she doesn't do that. And to your point, I would also say that it's important for a man to maintain his composure when he's out on the street.
Absolutely.
With his lady, because if you're out there and you got a group of guys, they may be drunk, they may be assholes, and you're just with your girl, you're by yourself, and you're in a state where you can't conceal carry. It just is what it is. You have to be able to keep your reserve and be able to walk away from that situation and not get yourself into a physical altercation, because now Jada has put Will in a compromising situation where people want to try him, disrespect him and his wife. And now he may have to react, or he may just have to take it, but it's to his own doing because of the way how he acted at the Oscars by getting up there and smacking Chris Rock. I still like his work. Unfortunately, I can't take that away. But what he did was degrade himself to a point where he looks like a beta bully, because I'm telling you, he would not walk up on somebody who's competent in fighting and smash them. He wouldn't. Because he understands the consequences are severe. And you see a lot of guys, especially guys that you've covered on the YouTube channel, that a lot of guys, they would try and punk other guys that are less than them, calling out dudes that are not fighters, calling them to box, saying that they'll pull up on them and they'll beat their ass. I don't subscribe to that. I think that's very weak, and I think that's very beta. Because if you're gonna call somebody up, make sure that you're willing to fight them. Don't be scared.
Yeah. I would like to answer this question from Van Lee, if I could. So, would you rather your son overreact like Will or underreact like Chris, all things equal? So, I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to be positive. I'd like my son to have the ability to beat the shit out of him, but have the intelligence to walk away. Because that's what I've tried to teach. I got like 17 kids that I was mentoring at one time. And the hardest thing to teach them is that you don't have to fight all the time, because fighting feels great. It feels great to beat the dog shit out of somebody when they're doing something bad to you. There's nothing better to me than a liver kick, man. Switch liver kick. When somebody puts their hand up like they're gonna box, I switch liver kick them, and I see that look in their face, and they're like, "Oh, oh, you're a 275, 300-pound dude who can kick fat. Yeah, I've been doing it since I was like 8, bro. And it's nothing better than that. I've done it a lot, right? But let me tell you the truth. If you want a quicker way to get yourself in trouble and quicker way to degrade your value and your long-term aspects of being somewhere, it's to do something like that. And I know like it's very tough because look, just like Rob said, Rob is grimy. He gonna get down with you. I understand that. I understand that better than a lot of folks. Maybe not as good as some folks, right? But I do understand that at one point, my kids have to be better than me. I'm a better man than my dad was in the temper department because my dad would have took a level and beat the shit out of somebody. And I picked my dad up from bars where the owner of the bar called me and said, hey, can you please come get senior, junior? Yeah. And I done went down there. My dad's 40-something years old, and he didn't clear the bar out. And I got to get there and sneak out.
Cleared it out.
Bruh, I'm not lying, right? And so, but my kids need to be better than me. So when it comes to my sons, I want them to take care of it. Any mistake I made, I want them to avoid it, including fighting.
Right.
Including fighting. I want them to avoid it because it's not necessary. Matter of fact, let me tell you my dream, and I'll shut up. My dream is my kids one of them smart little brainiacs who don't even know. Oh, they want to fight. Okay, Dad, I'll do this jujitsu you've been teaching me. You know, that's what I want. I don't want my kids to like worry. That's why I work so hard. I wanted to be in a nice ass neighborhood. I mean, There's nothing wrong with that. They need to be better. They need to stand on my shoulders. They need to stand on my shoulders and do that. You know, I mean, I farmed half of my life. That's what people like. Why you get so big and strong? I was hauling hay in the summertime in East Texas. I don't want nobody, my offspring, to ever do nothing like that. I don't even want to know. I don't even want them to know how it smells. And that's just how we're supposed to do. So to answer your question, Van Lee, and I'm sorry to be so long-winded. I want my kid to react and underreact and just go and make money and understand that they don't have to do that. But I also would want my kid to sue the dog shit out of the Oscars for letting it happen. I want him to be on the ball to be like, slap, I'm be rich. That's what I want to do, you know. So
and tell him to sound like another comedian. I'm rich, bitch.
To Van Lee's point, I agree with Tip. Yeah, if you don't have to fight, you know, obviously walk away from it. But of course, like we said, you don't allow somebody to put their hands on you. It's one of the most disrespectful things to slap you, spit on you, you know, it's or to make a racial slur. It's people are disgusting. You don't allow that. But if it's just words and you can avoid it, then yeah. I mean, I still respect Chris Rock. I still like his work. It's just that I don't like how he reacted because I've been there before and I know how bad it can mess with you. It can cause you to go insane. It really can, because you can walk around with a chip on your shoulder and somebody may do something to you and you may overreact. You know, I would be foolish to say, oh yeah, Chris Rock, go fight him. No, that's not realistic. They're both in their mid-50s. But the way how he reacted in front of millions of people, a lot of people will look down on him now and try and take advantage of him.
Who would they look down on? Will Smith or Chris Rock?
Chris Rock.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna look down on Will Smith too, but so you're gonna have some assholes at his comedy show that will be tempted to try him. You know.
But that security at his comedy show will throw them the hell out, bro.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, Brian, you got to learn how to put that shield up just in case you get one of them peekaboo flashers.
One of the peekaboo.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. I'm not accusing you of that. Respect. I'm not accusing you of that. I'm just saying we almost learned that the hard way. Y'all
had somebody already doing that?
Yeah, we had somebody, and our incompetence and operating. And I was like, oh no, don't put him up.
Somebody tried to call into y'all stream with some of that nonsense. THP
somebody tried to call it with our stream and they hang out with the wing out, and I was like, hey, I don't know, it ain't that type of party. And
man, that's crazy. They doing that nowadays.
So, but I felt privileged because I'm sure I made somebody mad. I made the right people mad, so it's all right.
I know who it was, Grover. I know who it was.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm friends with people that they don't like.
Yeah.
But I'm a man. I'm friends with who I'm friends with.
Man, call him out. Call him out.
I mess with
Call him out.
You know?
Yeah, this is not high school.
He all old boy over here. What's your name, bro?
Ola.
Hola about the business. You know what I'm
Yeah, of
saying?
course.
Call him out. Let's get him. Yeah, I'm down.
call him out.
You know what I'm saying?
Back.
Push him down on the ground. I'll kick him in the head. That's what's up.
Yeah, because if they're gonna dance around the shit, man, it's no point because this is the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's social media. We're here to connect and have conversations. That's the whole point because we live in the internet. We live in the internet era. So you got guys giving subliminal attacks. You know, that's bullshit. You know.
What they do is they do that. Then they try to mass report your account so your account gets taken down.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed in that because I'll be honest with you. I know where they live. They live 20 minutes away from me. That's how bad it is. You know, and they run their mouths like, they run their mouths that they can't be touched. I know exactly where their tower is, where one of their towers is. You know.
Well, but I hear they stay inside, bro.
Of course, they have to stay inside.
That's crazy. I don't even know who y'all talking about, but
because Allende, no, you're gonna know because Allende is on their ass. That's why they stay inside.
Oh, that's who y'all talking about.
Yeah, Allende is on their ass. That's why one of them doesn't go out. So, and I look forward to meeting Allende and having an in-person conversation with him. You know, I haven't reached out to him yet.
I'll tell you this though, about Allende. He's one of the coolest cats that
I can tell.
Like that I have conversations with behind the scenes, and you know, Grind won't talk to me behind the scenes. I just send him a message. And
Oh man,
Edgy told him, I don't know. He looks shady. I'm always drinking whiskey on they don't trust me. I think I'm gonna say something, but you know,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, because I'm in Miami. So you know, I see.
Oh, you right over there by Brickell?
They be paused a little bit.
I ain't trying to dox you, man. My bad.
Hey man, y'all was sleep on Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, my bad. I just don't like it. But
hey. you talk so bad, man.
Yeah, I don't like Jerry Seinfeld. I don't like Kramer either. You know what I'm saying? I'm a self-respecting person, and I don't really care about people talking about cancel and woke and all that. Yeah. Like I don't appreciate certain people using the N-word, especially people like Jerry Seinfeld and Kramer. So yeah, I don't like either one of them.
They use the N-word. I mean, I didn't know that. I don't look up. I don't really do.
It was all his white buddies like Louis C.K. and some other dude, and Chris Rock was just like, yeah, man.
Oh yeah, that shit was bad, bro.
Well, you know, Louis C.K. is actually Mexican from Mexico.
Who is
Louis C.K.?
Louis C.K. Is that?
He's a Canelo. Hey, I know because my wife is from Oaxaca, Mexico, so he's a Canelo. He's a Canelo. So yeah. So
that man looks Irish.
I was about to say, Louis, isn't that the life with Louis dude with the red hair?
Red hair.
He looks Irish.
They call him Canelo Wedos.
He's rojo.
Well, they said Canelo call him red. He only turns rojo when you start. But no.
Hey. I got him stopping, Mike. I got him stopping Bevo in about 10 rounds to the body.
10 rounds to the body.
Yeah, 10 rounds to the body. I think he's gonna break him down. I think.
Easy.
I want to see him. I want to see him fight. I want to see him fight Better Biev because of the punching power and the toughness of Better Biev. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, we're boxing fanatics.
No, when y'all was talking about body shots earlier, y'all made me think of back in the day when I used to watch UFC. Did y'all ever see that match when Melvin Gillard TKO'd that dude with a body shot? Did y'all ever see that?
I don't know who the fighter is.
Yeah, I used to watch Melvin Gillard because he was just so spectacular. But he
man,
technically,
man, Melvin Gillard was like the natural. Like he was like a natural. He should have been a lightweight champion. Like the dude was like a mini Anthony Johnson.
But what he couldn't do is grapple.
Right.
He couldn't grapple. He had like a white belt, which is crazy.
You see, he ain't have a white belt. He had Fruit of Looms.
You can't get too far if your jiu-jitsu game is good. I mean,
you guys don't know. I can talk MMA with y'all for hours.
Yeah,
matter of fact,
we'll all be sitting here for a long time talking about it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do that on another stream. We're gonna do that.
Yeah, we gotta do that on another stream.
Yeah, we should do that. Remember, I was telling you about those. We should like live stream react to Stroker. I don't know if y'all Grind know about Stroker, but Stroker is. Man, it's this UFC, this MMA that they do in Russia where it's like in fighting in an octagon with a sandbox.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It's wild. Bare knuckle and everything.
It's wild.
Okay. I got a question.
Go ahead.
This to the homie Grind, And you know, he be having me tripping talking about certain topics, man. So what's your most pet peeve with the red pill?
That's my most pet peeve with the red pill. I mean, I guess the one that really kills me the most is the one where they say high value men they don't cheat. I thought that was really backwards.
Are you saying that because I'm here?
No, I really thought it was dumb.
I think what that means is
with the like the entrance body count. Like if you don't reach certain body
count. Oh
count,
yeah, like that. But that's fresh and fit. That's stupid. Like Myron says, you have to have a 50 lay count or something like that, and it doesn't matter the quality of woman or how they look. And you have to have a certain amount of money, and you have to be a certain age. And I thought that was dumb too.
Okay, I got a question. Let me say this. Okay, you know how to wait about the high value man thing. You know, I'm red pill, but you know I'm not whatever these folks be called a red pill. Like those type of opinions I don't have. I think a lot of this stuff stupid. But I'm just red pill with certain stuff. But overall, a lot of this stuff is stupid. But how do you feel about the high value man thing with Kevin Samuels? Because when you hear his breakdown, I hate when people say it's about money. It's not about money with him. He doesn't never say anything about. He does mention money, but that's not it. But when he talks about money, he said you got to make over 100,000 for 5 years. Has Kevin Samuels made 500,000 over 5 years?
No, and that pisses me off about him. That pisses me off because it's like you act like you've been this guy this whole time and you made it off of working hard all these years, and now you finally made it. It's like, no, you blew up on YouTube, and I'm not saying because we all know YouTube is a grind, but at the same time, it's a little bit of opportunity and luck in there that's catapults. You never know when you make that right video like he made with the average at best, or you know you say that thing that resonates with a bunch of people and they share your video around and now you're up. So I mean we can say you work off his toilet, bro. So what do we?
So is he a high value man?
Let me
with his definition. With Kevin's definition, is he a high value man?
I would say
no, he can't be. That's why I said the high value man thing is not about him.
I don't know if he can't be, because if he says 3 to 4 years of 100,000.
No, he said 5. No, he said 5.
All right, so 5 years of 100,000. So let's take that back. That's
2017.
2017. So I mean, I would just have to understand his income in 2017. I don't know if it was only from YouTube.
Go back look at his videos. He wasn't $100,000. Go back look at his videos.
Well, I'm not talking about his videos, because if you look at my videos, I wasn't at 100,000, but I make far more than that a year, and that's because what I do for a living. It's not what I do for a living. I don't know what he does for a living. The thing I don't like about the high value man is counting anybody's pockets, because I think any man who counts another man's pockets or another man's leg count, it just sounds weird to me. I was told to stay out of people's business like that.
Yeah.
So I
disagree. I disagree with that, because, like I said, the high value man thing has nothing. Okay, so the high value man thing doesn't have nothing to do with just solely money. It's about the image of success, not about just money. Just the overall image of what you would say this person is successful. I know it's subjective, but we do have an objective to what a success would look like in terms of the public's eye.
Well, I would have to, if I could please push back on that. I live in Silicon Valley, where success looks like flip-flops and a torn shirt and some dirty jeans. That's what millionaires look like walking around here.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a good point, THPP.
Like the last CEO of the company that I worked for, he would bum rides from me, and I was a head of distribution, and he would bum rides from me because he's like, I don't feel like taking an Uber tonight. Can you give me a ride going that way, or can you give me a ride to the city, or this, that? Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here looking at this dude like, bruh, you just got $120 million in seed funding, and you can't buy a car.
Right.
Okay. He said, no. I got to disagree.
That's because like black people. That's because black people have a the image of success. Black people have a warped. We have a warped idea of what success looks like. It's completely warped and flipped upside down. Now, when Kevin Samuels first came out with that high value man stuff, one of the criteria that he talked about was a network, right? Okay, so here's my question, right? We got a network. Let's talk about this network: the British royal family, the Rothschilds, Elon Musk. Jeffrey Epstein, Jack Bezos, I'm sorry, Scott Bezos, and Michael Dell and Jeff Bezos, I'm sorry, and Steve Jobs. Now, you show me a competitive black male network with that network, and there is none. Let's talk about another one. Let's talk about let's talk about Boris, the British Prime Minister, Joe Biden. Who else could there be?
But at the same time, at the same time, my guy, at the same time, like, it's not on one accord with what he's saying though. That's why he says
my thing is it's still inaccurate. It's still not valid.
No. Listen. You're not on one accord. That's off topic. See, a lot of guys, when y'all try to disregard what he's saying with that topic, you fall off topic. He also says, when you listen to him, I'm not agreeing with him. I'm just saying, you got to be on topic with what he's saying, though.
we're on topic with what he said. We're on topic with what he said because he said it's criteria. He said no. Stop. No, we're on topic because one of his things was, yes, it was corporate, and those people are corporate. For one, Elon Musk is corporate. Jeff Bezos is corporate. And second, it was a network of 10 men who are also high value. So again, I am on topic. So go ahead.
Okay. I wouldn't consider Elon Musk corporate. I would consider him a CEO.
Oh, hold on a second. Wait. Elon Musk started PayPal, bro. PayPal.
Okay. Again, he's talking about the inner.
This is what I'm saying about how warped our image of this is what I'm saying about how our image of success is warped.
Tesla made me a lot of money last year. My bad.
Let me say this again. He's talking about the inner workings of. He's not talking about the highest of status alone. He's not talking about the highest of status alone. Like Elon Musk is not. You can say Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. They're not really. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos is not in the same network, my guy.
How do you figure that?
What do you mean? How do you figure that?
That's exactly what I mean.
Different lanes.
How are they in two different lanes? How they supply each other? They're part of their own supply chain. They're part of the same logistics network. What are you talking about? How are they in different lanes because you read two different comic books where they're the different villains? They're in the same lane, my guy. They're in the same lane. As a matter of fact, both of them are in the same space race lane. They both have tried to send vehicles to Mars to try to look to enterprise and not just create a global economy, but to create a solar system-wide economy, my friend. They're in the same lane. They're competitors as well as peers. That's like saying the United States and Russia aren't in the same lane. The United States and Russia are competitors and they're peers. It's the same thing as United States and China. What are you talking about? They're not in the same lane. What lane are they not in?
Okay, again, they're not in the same lane.
How?
Jeff Bezos, and they might have comparisons of certain ventures that they're having. Yes, but
how are they not in the same lane?
Hold on, bro. You cutting me off, G.
I know, but you're not seeing how they're not in the same lane.
Okay, cutting me off though, bro. Did I say anything when we were talking? Did I say anything?
You didn't say anything because I was making sense.
Bro, I didn't say nothing because you were talking. I was listening to you.
Go ahead.
Now you're acting like a bitch now, cuz. Like, bro, be quiet. Wow.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I don't play that. I ain't one of these YouTubers. I'll make sure.
Okay, well, again, like I said, none but air an opportunity, but go ahead. Make your point.
I feel like when he was saying they're not in the same lane, maybe he meant more like they're not in the same exact industry. Right? They're like, I think that's what he meant. But it's like they're definitely, like, if you're thinking about longer term goal, like I feel like they are competing essentially over a similar market as Rob said. But like right now, if you think about the traditional business, they're not in the same industry.
Exactly.
So that
exactly what I'm saying.
So you're talking about competing industry with each other. So I know, I just want to be clear that you're talking about competing industry with each other. And so
what I'm saying is they're not in the same. Okay. Mm-hmm. They have similar ventures, right? Which is fine. I mean, you can diversify you can be diversified, but it's still not in the same lane because you got Elon Musk is focused. He is trying to do SpaceX and all of that, but his whole thing is about technology.
So, are you saying that Jeff Bezos isn't about technology?
On the other side of Jeff Bezos, he's more on the side of commerce, right?
Where is Jeff Bezos not about technology though? Because he does have technology. He's got his own automation initiatives. He owns a lot
his
of
main thing.
What is his
I'm saying.
and before you called me a bitch, that's what I was trying to get you to answer. What are we saying his main thing is? You said that I was a bitch when I asked you what his main thing is. What is his main thing? How are we not in the same lane? Because we just talked about two things where they are in the same lane, the space race and then also the technologies. And see, Gentleman Masterclass that he just put up on the board here, they are in the same lane, multiple categories, economy, worth, and future initiatives. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are also investing in future energy transport and energy reusable initiatives. So my question that I've been asking you, which is why I kept stopping you and I wanted you to answer, but you felt that I was being a bitch because I wanted information from you. What I wanted to ask you was, how are you saying that they're not in the same lane? That's what I'm trying to still figure out, because if you go and read a Bloomberg report, they're doing the same thing. As a matter of fact, they're looked at as major competitors. When it comes to the Mars race, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos literally launched aircraft, I think, within a week of each other. So how is that not direct competition? And if you're in direct competition, that makes you a peer.
Okay, again, they're not in the same line.
They are both terrible with girls as well.
They're both rich. Like when you get to the point of being rich, you have multiple ventures. What I'm saying, what they're known for, that doesn't put them in the same type of class. What they're
all right. We need to move past this.
Sir, hold on. I would like to push back because I listened to what both of you said, and I want to show this because you said. So I just want to take things. So in the realm of technology, Amazon has developed automation the same way that Tesla has developed automation, very close to each other. Amazon has their servers servicing the government, just like Tesla is having their servers servicing the government. Now, this is stuff that just we know here, and it's just in our face. I think they're far more peers than we would say. Now, if we look at on the surface, yes, Amazon started as a book company. But they did develop technology, and I've actually consulted with Amazon before. They did develop a technology before to have automation pick their books and pick their warehouse. The majority of an Amazon warehouse is automated. Now Tesla actually was heavy in the automation game and actually having their warehouses automated. They found it was more efficient at the time to have more people in the Bay Area hand make some of their stuff, because Elon Musk is kind of fanatical like that, where he wants a personal touch on it. So I would just have to push back a little, say they are competitors, but what really makes them competitors, and the thing that makes everybody a competitor, is that they're in the same tax bracket. And being in that same tax bracket really makes people competitors with each other, and it makes them peers, and it makes them associates, because guess what? If there is 2,000 people in the nation that you can talk to, you're going to talk to them.
Exactly.
Only 2,000 people. Okay. Even if you absolutely hate somebody. I've been in rooms where I can't stand people, and I'm not trying to high side, but I've been in rooms where I'll be like, man, these people are milquetoast as hell, and I just wish I didn't have to talk to them. But you wind up dealing with them because they're your peers, and that's just what you do. So that's the only pushback.
Okay, I agree.
That's how you deal with business.
Okay, I agree. Okay, I see a point now. But I'm saying is, bro, if I'm making a point, did you hear me interrupt anybody? Like, don't interrupt me, because they're disrespectful, and I wouldn't accept it in real life or over the internet. Okay.
Hey, if I was saying something wrong, stop me.
You can be right.
This is the thing. What THP? No. Yeah, you do in a debate, and if we're men, and if nobody's being disrespectful, and I didn't call you any names, and you were saying blatantly incorrect information. So the thing is that I'm not going to let anybody, the same way you claim you're not going to let, I'm not going to let anybody make any blatant nonsensical arguments unless the information is accurate. And even if the information is accurate and you're still not making sense of what you're saying, I'm not going to let that occur. And I'd expect somebody to do the same thing with me. If I'm saying something that's completely inaccurate and wrong, stop me in my tracks and I'll stop. THPP stopped me in the middle of when I was talking. The other gentleman up here stopped me in the middle of when I was talking. And Grind stopped me in the middle of when I was talking. And I didn't have a meltdown and call anybody a name. And I'd expect somebody to have the same respect for me. And hopefully, if you are threatening slapping, you got a good right hand. So there's that. All right, go ahead, you guys.
Well, all right. Well, that was
okay. What you were saying?
All right.
And check out Rob's page. I feel like all of his commentary are very like fact-based. So that's why like when he's making like an argument or like statement, he normally know like he's like at least 99.99% correct.
Like Lysol.
No, he just lying. Go ahead.
Damn.
Bro, hey, chill. No, this the internet, bro. You don't got to do all this.
No, I'm just playing, bro. I'm just
no,
playing,
you good, bro. It's
just like
no love lost.
This,
Right? But the thing is that we build from it. You know what I'm saying? So one way that you might not have looked at Elon Musk, you might still not agree with me and THPP, but now maybe you could, you know what I'm saying, check out some articles on Bloomberg or check out some articles somewhere. You know, maybe it was a little bit of truth to what they saying. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe benefit off that yourself. See some investments that you like. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not tripping off that, bro.
Van.
Will Smith has destroyed us.
Van said he blamed Will Smith for this. That's hilarious.
You know, it's my fault. I should never do this without some whiskey. I'm gonna be able to talk now. These youngsters got my blood pressure up. Jesus Christ.
Nah, man. I just like I said, like, bro, just don't. If I'm saying something, I'll listen to you. Even if I'm wrong, don't sit there and just interject. I don't like this kind of pet peeve. No one gets nothing accomplished with that. It just turns to an argument like it did.
Yeah, I think some got accomplished. You got corrected. And we all still having a correction. We're all still having a good conversation. So
I don't need no correction. Like,
you were wrong.
I don't need no correction. Like that's what I'm saying.
If you're wrong, if you're incorrect, then you're incorrect. I've been incorrect before. We all have. It's a part of life. It's a part of being human. So
I don't need no correction.
So he don't need any correction. All right, go ahead.
I don't need
guys.
no correction.
I'm listening.
I'm about to.
All right, man. Let's go and jump on the next topic, man. So
finally.
Hold on, y'all got something, man. Let's try to get into something a little cleaner.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit, man. What's up?
I'm gonna disagree with everyone on this next one. I'm just telling you. God damn it! Hold on. I'm gonna burn some sage in this motherfucker. Why you always got sage?
Everybody go
just don't interrupt me, man.
Reset. We good. Everybody's
good.
Hey, respect, y'all. Let's have a good time.
You see how everybody else is interrupting everybody, and we just all talking and having a good time. Just so you know, I'm not going to not do that because you keep saying do it. Okay.
All right, guys.
All right. Yeah. Look. All right.
What was the question, Grind?
Yeah.
I'm saying what y'all got. Y'all have anything? Any extra thing? Like I know you brought up some good points with the high value man thing, and that kind of led us into a good conversation. Then we went to the Oscars a little bit. Right now, let's see what else. Do you have anything else pertaining to I guess any like red pill stuff or dating or like something?
Okay.
I know you've been doing a thing with the gym lately, Hugh. So I mean that's pretty cool. Like like what is your thoughts on I guess going to the gym? You think it's imperative? I'm pretty sure everybody else would say that. What do you?
Yeah,
what do you say?
I think it's well. Even if you go to my first video, like on YouTube, you will see I was in shape and then I fell off. But it's imperative to hit the gym, man. Gets off some of your aggression. Today I didn't go because I had to go. I'm looking at houses. I'm about to get a big house next month. So I was looking at houses today, a house tour coming soon, and that's probably why I kind of went off on Buddy. My bad. I ain't mean to call you a B, but live and learn. But it really gets off your aggression when you go to the gym. You don't have to be so tense. So
hold on,
beating up them weights.
What type of training are you doing? Are you just the gym bro? Or are you actually doing other stuff?
You talking about me?
Yeah. What type of training do you do?
Well, I was
for a particular reason.
Right now I'm just on the bodybuilding. I'm transitioning out of the powerlifting for a little while because it was kind of getting to me a little bit. So I'm going back to bodybuilding style, but I was powerlifting.
Let me ask you a question, bro. So you work out. And this ain't a trolling question. I ain't messing with you, and I'm seriously asking because I work out too. Do you smoke at all? Like, are you able to talk about like that? It was not going to affect your job or anything, is it?
No, I don't smoke at all.
Okay. See, the reason why I'm asking that is because when I used to work out really heavy, right? I used to get my best workouts in when I would smoke just a little bit of sativa right before I would hit the gym. Just a little bit. Like I wouldn't smoke a whole, I wouldn't get like high or anything like that. I would smoke just enough to where I have my concentration on point, because I don't know what it is about when you have that, like that buzz, that brain buzz, but you can concentrate. And when you're able to concentrate, I could do my workout so much more fluid, like all of the proper angle movements that I need to make and maintaining all of the postures that I need to maintain. I would be able to posture up and do my lat rows and all of that stuff perfect, and it would almost be like I wouldn't even feel that that lactic acid buildup that you get when you start getting real tired. I could like concentrate beyond that and go like at least 10 reps beyond my usual amount of max reps when I would have that element of concentration. So that's why I was curious. I was just wondering, because I don't, what I'm saying, I know a lot of people that work out, they're really real religious about their diet. They're really real religious about their hydration. And sometimes they don't do stuff like drink or smoke, but I'm one of them type of motherfuckers. I smoked a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And it actually helped me a lot. So that's why I was asking that.
Rob, a lot of jiu-jitsu guys do that as well, from what I've heard. A lot of jiu-jitsu guys, they'll get high and they'll go and roll.
I'm too cheap to buy it, so.
Wait a minute, you called me a bitch over high value and you ain't about to shell out a dime for some weed, bro? Go get you some.
No, I'm not. I like drinking better than smoking. I like drinking
I feel
better,
that.
so I'm not
really. That's too many. That's too many calories, bro. You don't need that, especially drinking.
Bro, it's like once a month.
Okay. But you don't do anything cardio based as far as jumping rope, swimming, biking, running, even running on the treadmill.
Stairmaster. I just hit Stairmaster.
Well, how many minutes? What, 20, 30 minutes?
2 hours.
2 hours? Unweighted? Unweighted?
No, 2 hours at like 2 hours. I got an hour when you come in, then come on.
With a weighted vest or no weighted vest?
No weighted.
Okay. Go put 20, 30 pounds on. You're a big man. You can carry that weight.
20 minutes. I remember this old dude told me, he was like, "Man, you go to the Stairmaster, you're not in shape unless you can do the Stairmaster for 20 minutes on level 20." So I was a young guy, pitching contest.
Level 20.
I did it twice. And he was nowhere to be found. And then one day I was shadow boxing in the ring, and I look over and he's over there. You know how ladies be on there leaning on the thing, like kicking their back, kicking their legs in the air. He was doing that. So I was like, bro, like you made me do this and you can't even do it.
He said, I didn't say I was in shape. Shit.
Right. That's what he basically did, man. I was hurt so bad after that, them 2 times.
Yeah, let me go ahead and jump in. To Huber's point, of course, going to the gym, even if it's just a fitness gym, me and Michael, we've been in boxing gyms. It does release out a lot of anger and aggression, and it helps with discipline as well. And I think that a lot of young men, even older men, should at least train at least 4 or 5 times a week. Now, I understand that may be a lot, but if you have the ability to do it, go ahead. But obviously 3 times is good as well. For me, it helps me a lot. It helps me stay focused. It allows me to suppress some of my anger and aggression that I may have towards people, because I'm petty. I don't care. I don't care. But it helps out a lot. And I think it's also important because a lot of females will respect that, because they see that you're a strong-willed individual and you have a lot of discipline, and that can be an attraction to a lot of females, as well. So yes, I would encourage a lot of guys to be on the grind and train hard. I train hard. I put videos up sometimes here and there, so I know Micah does as well. So it's very important.
I agree.
I would like to.
In the forms of training that I do, sorry guys, I do a lot of heavy bag work, shadow boxing, jumping rope. I swim as well. I do a lot of running. I do speed ladder drills. I will do strength and conditioning. I'm not big on weights because I focus on calisthenics. Like I said, I'm not a big frame guy. I'm a leaner guy. So those are the things that I do. So
I would like to touch on especially gym workouts and martial arts and stuff. In 2018, I was 435 pounds. So you can look at my old videos, and if you do, I would appreciate no comments, you bastards. But,
we ruthless on fat people. We ruthless. We don't care.
What I did was I lost over 100 pounds, right? And because I just decided, and it wasn't like I had a foundation. I was doing martial arts my whole life. I had some knee injuries, and I turned into that instructor with the big belly. And what I really did was I realized that I couldn't do the stuff I wanted to do. Like I love chain kick, I love Muay Thai, I like to spar. You get a certain age. Look, man, I don't want nobody to shin me in the side of the head no more. I got like 4 brain cells left, and I'm trying to use it here on YouTube. So I don't. So what I started to do was I started to do jujitsu, and to speak about the smoke aspect, man, I really started smoking after jujitsu because I'd be so sore, and then I realized I spoke a little during, and I would never get sore. I would never get sore. I would never have the lactic acid build up, and I would be calm because jujitsu. Anybody who I don't know if you guys do jujitsu or if you do, I know. Grind said he did some before. What it's really about is a big motherfucker on top of you and you relaxing. Because you ain't gonna be able to just throw everybody off. You got to relax. Then you start solving the puzzle of that person while he's on top of you, right? Yeah. So that's why, because while he's trying to cook you, you have to like survive under there, and and great. And I only roll with upper belts, so I did submission wrestling for a long time. But when it turned to put on the gi, I never roll, especially because of my size. And most people in the gym aren't 6'2", 280. So it ain't a bunch of people around that size. So I have to roll with brown or black belts all the time, just because I can strengthen my way out of a lot of stuff, and that's not conducive to actually learning jiu-jitsu. So I started doing that, and I would have these mad panic attacks and stuff, but smoking a little did that. And then also, since I realized to relax, I would just go after that. I'd still be totally relaxed. I wouldn't be sore. I'd go hit some weights after, and then I'd teach my kickboxing class.
Whoa.
So I would have like 3 hours every other night of just working, and I did that. And so I worked out 5 days a week for the longest time until I hurt my shoulder. But I just started back at it last week, so I'm excited, So, I mean, I think that working out, it does a lot of things. Like a lot of folks who I train a lot of, I have a program where I train people who can't afford my hourly rate. And so so basically I'm very expensive unless you're very poor, and I'm damn near free. And so, some of the kids, they come in and they have serious behavior problems. And holding mitts for somebody, you get a chance to talk to them. You get a chance to talk to them about life. You get a chance to, and they have to pay attention to you because their brain is working. So you get to you got to tell them, like, you can't fight everybody, young man, or my biggest thing is that you can't be average. Average is not good. And their 5th place trophies are horrible. I tell a story all the time. I got a 5th place or 4th place trophy. My dad threw that shit away and told the instructor he'd kick his ass. If you ever get substandard shit again.
We don't want no participation trophies.
No, it's not.
It's either your first or your last.
I got a C-, and my mom took me downtown to the Tenderloin in San Francisco and said, "Get out there with the C students, with all the bums and the drug addicts."
Whoa.
Education and achievement is important. It's important because as a young man, you don't really have another way to build your value. You don't know how to test yourself to know you're valuable. And that's what happens to a lot of folks, because there's a lot of folks who think that they ain't really, I can walk around and act like I'm somebody, but what have you actually done when you're 16 or 17? You can get your own Cheerios. But if you're in a boxing gym, if you're doing Muay Thai, I mean, I prefer sports where it hurts if you mess up, because then you learn, right? Yeah. You can do jiu-jitsu, then getting a blue belt in jiu-jitsu when you're 16 means that you're actually good. It doesn't mean that you're some jackass, right? And so I truly believe in that. Judo is another one, because you got to learn how to fall. So what comes up goes down hard. And so I've done martial arts my whole life, and really it's kind of like my secret power, because I have a disorder where I can't stay still and my brain keeps moving. So I work 14, 15 hours a day just off rip, because I can't, I can't.
The CBD oil kind of like, I guess it kind of will stop a little bit of that lactic acid.
It's just the hyperactivity part of it.
Yeah.
My thing. But I recommend martial arts to everyone. I don't think martial arts or working out can hurt anyone. I don't think it can hurt anyone.
Oh,
we lost homeboy.
We lost the old boy.
Hey, gentlemen, I got to jump. I just jumped on to say, give you some love, Grind. Yeah. I guess it's the only damn way I can get a damn collab. I got you and Rob, y'all dodging me.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. I'm coming for real. Next.
Look, I got the next 3 days off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm off. So let's get it.
I'll do
let's do it tomorrow night. Let's do it tomorrow night, Rob.
All right, that's what's up. Y'all know Blacklight is open 24/7. So you know what I'm saying.
I know. Old Dark 30.
Every single.
Old Dark 30. Old Dark 30.
Ryan listens to it every Saturday or Sunday morning. He would be like waking up.
I appreciate it, man. Listen. Grind is my homie, man. Like, this is one of the cats on YouTube that I actually consider a friend. Like, I've been cool with this cat since he had 32 subscribers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, likewise.
You know what I'm saying? Like, real
I
shit.
still got 32. Thanks. I respect the hell out of both of you guys, man. Really. I know I just met you today, sir. Down, I forgot your name. You know, I need the name stamp, so I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm old, but I respect the hell of both of y'all. And it's so funny because Rob got Scott. Scott's like, man, I'm a member of Blacklight. Scott be like, man, Rob is going in on him. I'll be like, Scott, I gotta sleep. Why is your ass up?
Facts. He does it all. It's all in one show.
All in one show with no camera.
Yeah, you don't even get to see his face. He just silently assassinates you.
And there are times when we have a debate or an argument, and then Graham will be like, "Let me ask Rob how he thinks about it."
Look, I'm gonna change my name to Paul Mooney. We're gonna call it Paul Mooney Revelations, and I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna get a scarf and put it on my head, and I'll be like, "This is Nigga with today's predictions."
Hey, bro. We actually got a video we recorded New Year's called Grover Damas, where I'm doing a bunch of stupid. I swear everything, and I wanted to call it Negro Damas, and Scott was like, Grover, listen, your podcast partners have Vietnamese. We're not calling it Negro Damas.
Look, Scott, like, why, Grover? Why are you doing this? Don't do this. This is gonna have to be one of those solar ventures or solo ventures. Like, don't do me like that.
I tell Scott all. Scott's hilarious because Scott be over here acting all innocent. Every cute sister who come by.
Y'all see Van with the TRT?
Huh?
Oh, yeah. What do y'all have to say on TRT before we all get out of here? Let's talk about the TRT.
Don't take TRT till you're about 50, bro.
Yes, that's why I'm taking TRT.
Yeah, don't take
bro,
it.
What do you have to say about it?
I'm saying that as a young man, I had ample amounts of testosterone. My sleep was good. I would drop weight in a heartbeat. My muscle, my bone structure was great. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't start feeling the effects of low testosterone until I was about 45. Where I'm talking about, and you guys, when I say I was doing it every day, I work 7 days a week and I do martial arts after, right? 7 days a week, right? Because if I don't stop, the idle mind is the devil's playground.
Yeah.
You know, my lady loves it. She always knows where I am. I mean, she's like, this is great. I ain't never in the streets, but man, in the last year, it's been so hard that I had to get on TRT.
Yeah,
it's just impossible to maintain. Plus injuries that I have, and this is the thing that really got me, like a shoulder injury, a knee injury, stuff like that, just kept blowing up.
Right.
And so I'm not gonna say that, like, I don't think like they should do it like Vitor Belfort did it when he was like 28 and was totally
TRT Vitor.
Vitor, you mean like when he ran over Wanderlei Silva like a 18-wheeler, like a damn pit bull off a chain?
Bro, he didn't even look like a normal human, bro.
He was like, and just, I mean, just like as soon as the referee like said it's on, like literally in 5 seconds, like Wanderlei Silva was just on the ground, like bloody, like no idea what went on, like what happened.
Bro, man, let me tell you, I would play that over and over again because that's a straight blast in JKD. I'm a JKD instructor, and everybody be like, JKD never works. All of that stuff never works. I just, this is what I tried to teach your dumb ass yesterday. And it's like, that works? I'm like, bro, if you run downhill and punch somebody in the face, you win.
Vitor Belfort, he fought like when it was an MMA match, like somebody just opened up the door on a cage and stepped out of the way. Like that's how Vitor Belfort fought. Like an actual human animal.
Yeah. Bro. Yeah. And then he act like somebody slapped him in the face with a steak and put the steak in the other guy's hand. But there's a lot of other fighters who were super TRT too, because either Vanderlei was super on the sauce.
Yeah.
Chael Sonnen was on the sauce. Chael Sonnen was on everything. He was on EPO, human growth hormone.
What was that big white dude's name that looked like a extra from No Country for Old Men that used to fight in Pride? He had the mustache. You know exactly who I'm talking about. This dude looked like Fry, that's his name. Yeah.
Yep.
See, you knew what I was talking about when I said No Country, because that motherfucker looked like an extra from No Country for Old Men.
And that man still got popping his punches now.
Yeah, no, Don Fryer hurt. Fryer hurt somebody. He has a podcast.
Oh,
Don
do we?
Fryer
I
has
didn't
a
know that.
podcast where him and another dude tell stories, but they sound like old men talking about whipping people's ass. It's hilarious.
No Country for Old Men. Was that not a good adjective or no?
Hey guys, I gotta step off. Grind, hit me up behind the scenes.
Okay. Everybody, before we step off, everybody drop their channels, man, before we get out of here. I want you
How do I do that? How do I do that?
Just share and put it in.
Oh, share.
I'm not a mod, so I can share it and put it in the private chat if you want.
Wait.
Yeah, share and put it in the chat.
I don't even know how to do it, bro. Put it in the private chat because I can't comment.
I mean, you can put it in the public chat if you want to.
I don't even know how to do all that. It says shit.
So I guess just go to your page and then click on the little dots and it says share and copy paste that and put it in the chat, and then you're in the game. Yeah. So
what's your page? I'll try to find it for you, bro. If you want me to, real quick.
Yeah, my YouTube page is just Ola, OLA.
OLA. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah.
Well, what's your page about, Ola?
It's just my old training videos, bro. Cause it's grind that's trying to get me on this shit. You know what I mean? Because I be in the comment section and I just give my opinion, and that's really it.
I mean, you were dropping some good knowledge today, so I mean, you have something to add, so why not?
Right.
Yeah. You know, because I'm just a spectator, and I just decided because I fuck with his channel, and it is what it is. This was fun.
So why not?
Yeah, this was fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, it's different. It's a different perspective, and I feel like, like I said, we're the everyday guys, that don't get talked about, and I think our opinions is much needed because this idea of a high value lifestyle and all this bullshit, that's not for everybody. That's not reality for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I definitely. I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I definitely think that that's one of the things that gets lost on this high value stuff.
Yeah.
And coming from, first of all, nobody in the corporate room I've ever been at ever said high value man. Just so you know. But to be honest, we have to realize that if you're trying to it's okay to try to be the top 10%. Yeah. But only 10% of you are going to make it. So if only 10% of you are going to make it, perhaps we should be satisfied with being the best individual human being we can be and be as successful as we can be. Yeah. And just maybe try to, like, my generation needs to mentor more and just maybe mentor some folks and help them become the person that you should have been. That's just my opinion about it.
Because I'll be honest with you, I had listened to Fresh and Fit a lot more, but I'd rather take advice from you because of the knowledge and the wisdom, as opposed to guys that are my age who I can tell don't deal with girls on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? Because they're putting their failures out there in front of us and then lying about it. Yeah, it's complete bullshit. You don't get girls and then have sex with an OnlyFans girl and almost get her pregnant. Yeah. You're stupid.
Exactly. Well, actually, most people do that stupid stuff. But let me answer Van Lee's
question. But if you have experience dating girls.
Van Lee asked it, Zuckerberg create Facebook and IG to mess up the dating game and laugh at us. Mark Zuckerberg has no idea about dating at all. But I will say this. Facebook exists to sell you as a product, and so people advertise on it. Facebook exists just for advertisement dollars. And I'm going to tell you something. For a man being as robotic and Data from Star Trek The Next Generation looking, he did a great job.
Yeah, of course.
And for a man who has no human emotions, he really understands human nature.
Yeah.
Because people love likes and they love to look at themselves.
It's a drug.
Yeah. So, hey, gentlemen, thank you so much. Let me get out of here.
It'd be great to talk to you again, bro. We did this week, man. You know what I'm saying?
No. We could do it tomorrow. Hit me up on the chat. and tell me what time. I should be available 7 p.m. Pacific if that's not too late.
Okay, bet. That's what's up.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, sir.
I gotta hit the gym, man.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
tune in.
Respect, y'all. Respect.
Yes,
All
yes, likewise. Yeah, I guess we'll go and call it a show right there, man. I enjoyed everybody. I really appreciate everybody jumping on, and I guess we'll look forward to the next one, man. Thank you, everybody, for
Yeah,
cool. Thanks.
Yeah, this
y'all
was a
take it
great
easy.
show, Grind. Hey, and my bro that we was going back and forth. I just want you to know, bro, no love lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually we had a good conversation. Hopefully we will be able to chat again. I love talking about business. So if you ever want to engage or chop it up about some topics like that, feel free to holler at me, bro. I got a YouTube channel, and you know what I'm saying, you can come chop it up with me. I talk shit, you know what I'm saying, and but we have fun with it though. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying. I'm not out here trying to, you know what I mean. It ain't like that. It's building.
I'm gonna subscribe to your channel so you can find my page, Black Fiber Relations, right?
Yep. Okay. Cool. That's what's up. That's what's up.
For sure.
Yeah. And that, you know what? Actually, I would actually like to try to get all y'all together and actually for real have a stream about diet and about working out and stuff like that, because I honestly, in my opinion, it's actually good that you brought up that high value conversation. And I don't mean to like try to extend the stream, Grind. So if you got to go, then I'll shut up. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's important to actually talk about that whole high value situation. That's why I jumped on that as soon as you mentioned it, because I think that it is for real important. Because I got a question for all y'all. Do you, when it comes to Will Smith, right? We all know what he has financially. We all know what he has as far as social value, but look at how he was in his relationship. What I want to ask y'all is, where is the most important element of being high value at? Because I have a question. Do you guys feel that you can simultaneously be low value in some situations, but high value in other situations? And that's what kind of causes problems?
Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. I'm done. The floor is you guys'. Unless you say something crazy, I'm gonna jump in, and you're gonna call me a bitch. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think,
bro.
well, you always gonna have a low moment because that's just human. You're just a human being. But can you be high value and low value at times? It depends. I mean, if you're talking about high value in terms of personality trait, or low value in terms of that, I think the high value thing is an overall. Your overall, it's supposed to be like an overall thing or level you've reached.
So
that's
you
why
cover
I have no problem with high value, because it's an overall level what you reach. Whether you want to call it high value, whether you want to call it your personal success, or you look at somebody else's successful. I think it's just the highest peak you can reach. It doesn't have nothing. It has nothing to do with the verbiage.
I agree with that. I agree with that, and I think that's actually a very good take. Now, what I would go on to ask you further is anybody in here, are you guys familiar with Maslow's hierarchy? Are you guys familiar with self-actualization?
No, I never heard of it.
Not really, no.
Okay, well, basically, there's a psychologist. His name was Maslow, and he had this pyramid, and it's called the self-actualization pyramid. It's the Maslow's hierarchy is basically what it's called. You can look it up online, and basically at the bottom it has these needs, and it's basically like food, water, sex, human interaction, different things like that. And then as you go up on the pyramid, there's these other needs that the first set of needs has to be satisfied until you get to the self-actualization part. Now, the self-actualization part, if you guys know anything about like Masonic stuff and, conspiracy theory and stuff like that, the self-actualization part is the capstone on the pyramid. That's when you've become the quote optimal person, right? And so when I look at a lot of these red pill and black pill and different kind of relationship dynamics and talking points and things like that, what I see is a lot of almost like borrowed or hijacked and misunderstood talking points from human psychology. And I think that when people do undertake themselves in listening to the red pill or learning about narcissism or things like that, I think that is beneficial for the next step for people to just learn a little bit of basic stuff about psychology. Because what I think is that somebody who is red pill, the next logical step in order for you to improve yourself the way that you should improve is to start on a track of reaching self-actualization. Because once you have changed your self-perception to you being the best version of you that you can possibly be. In my opinion, all other observation of you doesn't matter. Only an accurate self-perception of yourself matters, because that in turn will allow you to have an internal locus of control. And what an internal locus of control is you being able to dictate and dominate your environment. And I think the way that we're taught is to kind of operate within our environment and not so much take hold of it and manipulate it for our personal gain. You know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons why I had brought up Elon Musk is because I don't know if you guys know, but recently Elon Musk took ownership in 9% of Twitter stock, which now he has the majority ownership. So all of these people complaining about cancellation and all of this stuff like that, Elon Musk was one of them. And he said, you know what? I'm not going to work within Twitter's framework. What I'm going to do is I'm going to become the power owner of Twitter, and I'm going to work to change it from the inside. And I think that if men as men understood that we had the power to do that and start operating in our paradigm like that, a lot of things will change instantaneously. And a lot of the self-image issues, a lot of the self-hate issues, a lot of the Will Smith issues that we see, I think those will virtually evaporate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Because there won't be any insecurities.
Right. Absolutely. Exactly.
Yeah, so basically stop talking and do something about it, basically, instead of, complaining about the women all day.
Yeah, I think the red pill. My fault, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead, bro. My bad.
Yeah, I think the red pill thing, well, the way I view red pill is just extend the truth of how situations are. That's how the way I view the red pill. It's not even about women, it's not even about money. It's just accepting the truth of the situation you're in, or accept the truth of how the way people are in general. That's how I view it.
Yeah, so that's like a pure matrix-based version, like the accepting the raw reality of the way things are, like base reality, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think those pills are just a selling tactic they use for a lot of insecure guys that are looking to find their place in this world. You know what I mean?
Well, it can be, yeah. It can be. Some people, some people genuine though. Like
because I'm telling you,
content, so
I understand, because I'm telling you, daily life is not about red pill or blue pill. People are trying to make it,
Facts.
It's just the reality.
No matter what pill it is, man, you got to be better. That red pill, blue pill, gay pill, whatever. You got to be better overall.
The only pill that matters is the X pill once you get the girl. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only one that matters. Like none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like none of them other ones matter. You know what I'm saying? That's hilarious.
Yeah, but this was fun though. I mean,
it was fun. Yep. Yeah, man. I look forward to talking to you again.
And of course, I like to do this. And I like to compete with those other streamers, especially at this time. Try and take some of their subscribers, because we're competitive. So I don't see why not.
Like I said, I'm gonna be in the house in about a month, so I'm gonna have everything set up. I've been talking to Grind about when did I first find your channel? Oh no, we was like at 200 subscribers, I think, maybe.
Probably. So it was all off. I think we found each other off of Life of Hicks, like we both kind of criticized what we had going on, and that's what brought us together. And it was like, "Oh, you cool, man?" And he was like, "I'm cool," and then it just happened.
Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, I don't even think he made content no more.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Grind's skits are fucking hilarious.
Man, Grind's skits are the best. Yeah. That shit is that's like, I'm telling you, he need to make a channel with just doing skits, like not even the reaction shit, like just make skits of some shit. Like make a skit of like the Will Smith situation and shit. Like that's just it.
And look, the people that he clowned on, they probably look, oh yeah, he goofy, and they check out his page and they see, oh shit, well, I can't punk it.
Hey, that's setting you apart too. That's setting you apart. Keep doing that, what you're doing with the skits and those type of videos, because that's setting you apart from everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Grind to motivate to cut this part out of the live stream, and him and Angie do a skit about me and you getting into an argument. Here go the skit, and Grind gonna be you, and Angie gonna be me, and it's just gonna be I'm a troll, I'm talking shit. Grind gonna be like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like that should be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love those skits though, man, because like, and honestly, like if you look at YouTube as a genre, the people that make like 3-minute videos like that, like Caleb City and all them type of people, they end up having like 10, 15 million subscribers, bro. I think you could blow up off that shit for real.
Right.
And then when you do, bro, you could let me hold like 500. You know what I'm saying?
He wants 1%. He wants 1%.
That's how I came up out comedy. I wish COVID would have never happened. I would still been doing it because I was blowing up. But it's all good. It took me in a different direction.
Is that what you was doing on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, first I was doing comedy, man. Like my biggest video got 100,000 views.
Oh, that's dope, bro. Congratulations.
Like I was moving with it, but COVID hit. I couldn't go outside, couldn't go to campus. So, you know, but it's all good, though. I don't really care. I'm about to delete those videos. I'm thinking about it. Just to get my channel on the track that I want to be on.
Shit, I wouldn't. If I was you, I wouldn't delete them big videos. If you had any videos that may not have gotten a lot of views, maybe I would hide those bad boys. But the ones that got all those views, those gonna always be recommended as soon as you get new subscribers. So
yeah,
I know. You know what I
it's
mean? So
still,
I would never.
Still building.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So those I definitely wouldn't touch. You know what I'm saying? Because those gonna be the first ones that new people that sub to your shit see. So they always gonna get views. Like when people first sub to mine, the videos that people see of mine is those ones when we was going in on Fresh and Fit when they was beefing with Abba and Bree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Abba, if Abba's seeing this, call him out. Don't let up on him. Don't let up on him. I'm sorry, bro. You can't do that.
Hey, don't ever let them out off their folks, bro. Keep going at them.
because listen, I was a fan of him before I seen Micah's page. I eventually saw their bullshit and I saw his page and I was like, bro, I'm going on to this side because he's up and coming and he's keeping it honest and he's not doing any flashy shit, selling you any bullshit, and then he's putting his work on display. I've never seen those guys do anything that they said that they were going to do. It's a lot of talk. Yes, they're in Miami, in the same city, but a lot of them, they're tricking off of those girls and they're paying for them to be on their show. It's just reality.
They videos suck too.
Here go my thing. If I was them, if it was me and I was them, I would just own being a trick. Look, this is how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like we paying for these women out here. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where I go to get them. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to get in a relationship.
But nobody would take them serious. Nobody would take them serious. That's the problem.
I think they would. I think they would.
No, they won't. Because they want to appeal. They want to appeal to their fan base, and they want to be seen as the guys, as that guy. It's total bullshit.
I see what you're saying, though. Yeah. So the persona, go ahead, my bad, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. But y'all think people actually view them like as alpha males?
Yes.
I think like half and half.
I think gotta be about the lames.
I think it's like maybe like 50% of people actually view them as for real. Like this is my red pill knowledge, dude. Like I got high on Fresh and Fit, and now I'm about to go to the club and I'm about to smash like 10 bitches all at once. Like
they're also there for the drama and for him kicking girls out because that's like he kicked that bitch out. Because they want to be able to do that, but a lot of girls won't even give them the time of day.
Right, you got to get somebody in your house in order for them to get.
Listen. You see this apartment behind me? Any girl that's coming into this apartment is because I want her to be there. Ain't no way I'm kicking her out. That doesn't make any sense at all. That's stupid.
Exactly. No,
hey, y'all, I gotta get out of here. Angie's looking at me like, I don't know. I don't know.
Be safe, bro.
All right, bro.
Y'all be safe.
Yeah, no doubt. Nice to meet you, brothers, man. And Ryan, I'll holler at you, bro.
All right, y'all. Have a good
one. Put the channels out.
Yeah. All right.
You